on screen. Prepare your mind, begin your steps. Your chance to make it in the scene. Round one, let the battle of fists begin. Mind games, a vital weapon to fear. Dark magic skill, teleported powers. They are the path that you out of dread. Claim victory with sorcery. The sequestration of the potential living being. You must never lie to cybernetic God. In searching for the sodas, you're a blast. The night is here, they will be released. The power of the followers is the game. You try to soul, they will break your bones. There's nothing to lose, there's nothing to scream. Round two, you are fighting to be the best. Your second chance to prove yourself to the rest. Projectiles and combos dominating on screen. Never enough to defeat the king. Claim victory with sorcery. The sequestration of the potential living fear. You must never lie to cybernetic night. It's searching for the sodas, you're on blast. The night is here, they will be released. The power of the followers is the game. You try to zone, they will break your bones. There's nothing to lose, there's nothing to scream.
It's no longer just a fight. It's about reputation and pride. You must do your best. Back up your words, or you will be obliged.
Right around the time to decide your fate. Your chance to shine has now come to an end. You were once a threat, you were once a victor. Brace yourself for a fatality. Claim victory with sorcery. The sequestration of the potential living fear. You must never lie to cybernetic God. In searching for the sodas, you're on blast. The night is here, they will be released. The power of the followers is the game. You try to zone, they will break your bones. There's nothing to lose, there's nothing to scream. There's nothing to scream.
Oh, God, load. There we go. Yo, what up, everybody? Thursday night, 107th episode, which is ironic because I was supposed to be sleeping for work, but a lot has happened today in the NRS universe that we're going to discuss.
Yep.
Hold
A
on.
lot going down.
I don't even know where to start.
Neither do I. I just caught up a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I got out of work today, guys, and literally there was 10 pages on TYM. There was millions of text messages to me. I'll just start with final round last year had some issues. What I see, what other people see, may be two different things, but the way I see it, there was issues with the event, as far as people feeling that the brackets weren't done right. But reality is that fuck. It seemed like it was more of an assault on Combat Network originally, and then somehow manifested into a bashing the TOs themselves. Um, there was a private PM that was out there that was going on between myself. I was in it, as well as a lot of other people trying to hash out a quote unquote peace treaty to all this bullshit. But to no avail did that happen. Now you have people that have chosen their sides, that they've drawn their lines in the sand, and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, NRS games will probably get dropped from half the events on this fucking on this tournament scene. So really, all that was accomplished was you destroyed the scene. And of course, people will say, "Well, it's not my fault." Well, yeah, it is. And this goes out to 16-bit himself, and also all those dick riders that are out there as well, who basically are saying how evil and mean Larry and E are being for banning these two players from a tournament, which, to be quite honest, I would have banned them too. You called me an asshole over and over, cowardly, not dealing with issues. And then you say, "Oh, well, I want to come to your event." No. And then, not to mention, after you said you're not coming to the event, then what's the big difference about a ban? At that point, you already said you're not coming. So, what are you expecting to get? And again, it seems like this is backfiring, and guys don't want to see it that for what it is. There's guys out there. Listen, I don't know this fucking hungry hogwart. What's his name? King Hippo.
King Hippo?
Yeah, I don't know him from Adam. Never met him. But I will say this. Somebody like him said, "Oh, I'm not coming to an East Coast event." You never did. You never came. The people that I noticed that are the most vocal about not going to the events aren't even Pig and 16-bit as much as now I see, these other guys, that never showed up anyway. And it's like you'll hear people say the East Coast don't travel, and then you hear the West Coast don't travel. Nobody travels. Nobody travels. Only 100 motherfuckers. Only 100 motherfuckers ever come to these events anyway, unless it's a real rarity. The NRS community has by far become so toxic with itself that I can tell you this right now, and I'll tell it to Ed Boon. I will not cover MKX on this show once. I will not put another video for MKX. I will not talk about an NRS game. I will not promote an event that promotes dissension amongst a community of people that are supposed to be friends. But all I seem to see is backstabbing, and it goes on across the board. This ain't pick on Pig and 16-bit day, but it goes across the board. I mean, ratting people out, and the childish shit. The childish shit that I've been seeing over the last couple of weeks. You turn around and you say, Chris G and Flo shouldn't be on a mic. Okay, Why? Because you feel entitled? You know, then it's, you know, now it's underage drinker at your event. Yeah, well, you know what? You can't babysit everybody every time, so shit happens. You know, private PM, you're going to keep it private? Let's all keep this private and try to work it out. Okay. What's the first thing that happens? 16-bit puts it up. Have we, oh, by the way, have we acknowledged that it is 16-bit that actually did it?
That posted it?
Yeah.
Well, it's on Pig's stream. I mean, YouTube.
Which goes to say they did it together. Which it was planned out. And how do I know that? I'll tell you how. Let's go through the video very quick. Let me find this fucking video. Alright. Alright, hold on. Let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna go to, let's go to my clean slate. Here we go. And,
Yo, very quick.
what's up, Carl? Hold on.
Yo,
Hold on. Fucking thing's acting up again. I don't know. Again, this shit's still fucking acting weird.
I don't even know why you put me on mute for.
I didn't.
Oh.
Let me see. Let's drag this in here. Okay. Okay. There, we got that up. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through this. I gotta scale it so I can actually see it better. Actual. Okay. Alright, as I go through this, we'll get to the part which tells me why 16-bit's the one that actually did all this capturing. See, I'm good at looking at the context clues as well. So basically, guys, this is a private conversation that was happening with myself and a whole bunch of other people that was basically dealing with the issues of Pig and 16-bit being banned and people not being happy. So, fuck man, I'm going to drink a gallon of milk before the end of this episode. So, needless to say, as we go through it, because you know what, I don't care about the content. It's very skewed the way it's being put out there. You know, and I'm gonna, again, Pig says he's gonna come on, so I'm gonna let Pig say what he has to say, and I will ask questions. Felice, shut the fuck up. Felice, I don't even want to deal with you no more. Fuck you and fuck your show. Alright, here you go. Right here, which is, let me pause it. Boom. Okay. What do you see at the bottom of the screen?
Oh, I had noticed that earlier.
So let's scroll back and go right to there. There we go. Perfect. So this right here tells me that 16-bit's the one that leaked this out intentionally. Intentionally. Because he's the one at the bottom that says you can write a reply to it. Therefore, it had to be logged on his account. Unless somebody magically hacked this thing or one of the other bullshit excuses people use. You know, but the problem I have with this, okay, is no, this show is absolutely necessary, Zabel, for the simple fact that this has gone on long enough. They are not getting unbanned. Is basically what it comes down to. And you could stick your little bullshit petition up your ass. Because it ain't going to change nothing.
Yeah, we don't get people unbanned here. We tried.
This is not about the NRS community. It's not about asking questions or asking to have things changed at an event. This simply came from them straight out bashing them. Yes, there's a fucking petition. There's a petition to get free Pig and free 16-bit, but it ain't gonna do nothing. Who you gonna give it to? You know, but again, so as you see here, this was obviously 16-bit's doing of grabbing this. The same guy that rigged events, that's gonna cry about events being rigged, you know, and you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment. You need to be fired from NRS. I mean, at this point, you're a detriment, and I spoke to you on the phone on numerous occasions. You're a detriment to this community. You're stagnating the community's growth. When these TOs turn around and say, you know what, fuck NRS games. You took 6 events away from those people that did go to those events. That's not unifying a community. And they're not going to go to Vandy, and I'll tell Vandy right now, I'm not supporting your event, period, anymore. Especially knowing that this is unfolding the way it is, and nobody's being proactive. Everybody's just standing by and watching. You know, and it's gotten to the point where if people going to listen to one side of the story and then say the other person's not talking, if I turn around to you and go fuck yourself, NRS, are you going to listen to me the next sentence? No, you don't give a shit what I got to say.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself back.
You know, and that's what basically transpired. Now, again, this did not start off as an assault against Larry and Eric.
A lot of shit was said in there.
It wasn't about... No, because this was going on for months.
Yeah, but a lot of things in that video there, in that thread was said. I was like, whoa.
But, you know, what is this? People calling other people a nobody when we're all just dudes that play video games. Exactly, ranch dressing. Exactly. And that's the point. That's the point. This is fucking games. Now, Pig and 16-bit, you want to compete, go do something else. Do something that's going to utilize the skills, but do not wreck the experience under the guise of trying to improve the community, when really it's just about you wanting to get a better scene for yourself and your few select people. Maybe you guys do need to leave Test Your Might and go start your own site and have your own events. I heard talk of NRS. Let's do our own tournaments. Well, you might not have a choice soon. You might not have a choice. You know, and that's the reality. You know, the reality is you eventually will not have a choice. And now I can also tell you this: NEC's numbers actually got injustice into Evo. It ain't going to happen if they decide to pull the plug for more NRS games, because that's 6 tournaments that it's not at. Unless you pull out numbers of 500 people for every one of those other tournaments, which we all know ain't ever going to happen. There's no way Evo will even consider the game. And that's just reality. You know, but it's gotten to the point, and again, you know, Pig and 16-bit think I hate them. No, but I see you doing something very stupid. You're not saving the community. You're not leaders of the community. There's no goddamn leaders. And if anybody that goes to Test Your Might thinks that these guys are their leaders, they're fucking morons. They're morons. And it's not because of them. Be your own fucking leader. You don't need somebody to tell you what's best for the community. 16-bit knows nothing about running events. Pig of the Hut knows nothing about running events. 16-bit knows about playtesting games and playing games. Pig of the Hut knows about playing guitar, playing games, and doing his job. You know, but to turn around and after after Pig literally insulted these guys in the chat, that private PM, time after time after time, and eventually it got cleaned up. And it was in there some. There was a couple of little lines in there that if you read through it. But, you know, again, it was condescending, talking to these guys condescendingly, and then expecting them to respond in a positive way. You know, and if you really thought you were going to get an answer the way you were talking to people, then you're sadly mistaken. Nobody would. You know, and it's this is going to affect the community on a wide scale. I mean, a really wide scale. Now, don't get me started on threads being deleted, because I don't like that either.
Censorship.
Yeah. I don't like that either.
I would not have my rights censored.
No, I mean, I don't begrudge the fact that these guys are upset that they want changes to this. It's the method that they're going about it. You know, and Pig actually was you know, I had messaged Pig during this a couple of weeks ago, and I said to him, you know, try to be gentler. And I thought he was like, yeah, and he was. And then in that private chat, it was, you know, no, you tell me an answer now. I need to know now. And it was like, everything you said you were going to do went out the door. Now, he reached out, like I said, like I asked him to. I will say that. And I told him, he says, they're not responding. I said, well, you know, I said, it's not going to be an easy road. But either way, let me add him in here.
Is he on right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Help me, Brent.
What's up?
Help me, Brent. Make you understand. Make me understand.
What's up, John? How you doing?
I'm doing good. What happened today?
It's very simple. I just listened to like 3 minutes. Let me go and clean up something real quick. It wasn't 16-bit to do the PM. That is 100% me. Yeah, he did it on his account, but I made him do it on his account. I asked him. I didn't make him, but you know, I just said I asked him because I wanted to get that captured before they start ghost deleting all these posts and shit. Because they banned me. MikeMetroid banned me about 8 or 9 days ago. And when you ban them, you can't view your PMs. You can't view your alerts and all that shit. So I had him go in there and screen capture it. So although it's his account, yeah, but that's all me. That's 100% me. It's not him at all. And another thing about this whole, you brought back up the past as usual again with 16-bit. Sorry if you hear cars. I'm walking my dog. But anyway, you brought the past about him rigging tournaments and all that stuff, or, you know, he got caught for rigging. Well, you need to get something really straight. And as much as you like to harp on 16-bit, at least he had the balls to come on the show and admit it. But it was equally him and Swift Tom Hanks and Claude Von Stroke that were all tied to that. So when you talk about 16-bit being caught, you need to also in your sentence include those other two names as well. But you also need to kind of commend 16-bit for at least having the balls to come up front about it and talk about it, and, you know, come on your fucking show like a week after it happened and actually talk about it. So, you know, I know he got like the blunt force of all that, but, you know, get that straight. You know, just don't name him and say, it was all 100% him.
But the point is, and I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Then start doing it. Then start doing it. I mean, don't just name one name.
But then
name all three names.
But then if you are going to act as a leader and a spokesman for a community, you have to act that way. And stuff like that. Swift Tom Hanks and Claude Von Stroke are not people that are going around saying they're leaders of the community.
Well, that's where I'll actually let me follow up with that. I actually do think Claude is a leader in that community. He's one of the better leaders in that community. You know, Andrew, he has issues with the community. There's been separate drama there, but I'll definitely say Claude is definitely a leader in that. I would say him and Revolver are probably the two most I don't know. They need to be more active. And the reason why I say that is because, no one gives a shit about the 1966 Olympics. No one. I mean, you keep bringing up all this fucking past, and we're so far past it, but you keep harping about it. And when you do it with bad facts. It's so annoying.
What facts are bad?
Well, you keep saying 16-bit. If you're going to talk about 16-bit only to blow him up.
Am I wrong?
No, it's a 33 situation. But you need to be clear.
No. The point is this. Am I wrong? Was my statement wrong? Or was it not? It was wrong, so he didn't rig brackets.
It is wrong that you're making him out to be the only person involved in the rigging.
I never said he was the only person, but right now we're not discussing Swift Tom Hanks and Claude Von Stroh.
Okay, but I've never heard you mention all three of them in that situation in the same sentence.
I have.
Until I just... No,
I have mentioned them all.
Okay. So, we'll agree to disagree on that. And, so...
Remember, they were all equally blown up.
Okay,
we blew them all up on here. Swift Tom Hanks came on, too. Of course, he said, I didn't do nothing.
Okay, so what do you want to know about that? About what's going on?
All right, so... What was the point of releasing that?
Well, because, as you know, and we've been texting back and forth, we have done everything that we have tried to do. Since for the past 3 to 4 months, we've reached out through Facebook, Skype. We reached out all sorts of media. We did a PM 3 days after Final Round. That didn't go well at all because that was when everyone's like hot and heavy on the whole subject as a whole. But anyway, we did a recent PM as well to try to really, sew up the scene a little bit. MKX is around the corner. We're trying to reconcile the whole community, and well, you were in the conversation, and I made it public today. Everyone saw how it went. We tried everything possible to reconcile. Here's the problem, James. Here's the problem. He doesn't even know who the fuck he is banning. He for 3 to 4 months. This guy is calling me Andrew. He thinks I'm Swift Tom Hanks. He actually called Steve in the fucking Facebook thing Swift Tom Hanks. We called him Andrew. He thinks every white guy from 25 to 35 is Swift Tom Hanks. He has no idea who he is even fucking arguing with. And then when someone, I think someone said, okay, Brent's not Andrew. Then he's like, Brent. I'm like, dude, can you not read a 5-letter fucking word? Like, get it right. Like, I'm not calling you Ewok. I mean, let's just get it correct. Like, know who you're talking to. You don't go into a meeting to discuss something and plan to have any kind of legitimate conversation or argument when you don't even know who the fuck you're talking about.
And I agree, he should know who he's talking to, but the point is that I don't know, I think he eventually got it right.
Eventually, 3 to 4 months after the fact. It's not like when you have conversations with someone on Facebook, it's not like it hides their name. If you just kind of open your eyes a little bit, you can see Steve Brown back. So how about not calling that guy Andrew? Just don't be a dumbass. Like, open your fucking eyes and know who you're talking to. What's the first question you ask somebody in a business meeting or, anything that you do in life? You shake their hand and say, what is their name? Look at the fucking name tag. I mean, on Facebook, it's handed to you on a silver platter. It says name. Get it correct. Know who you're fucking banning. Know who you're even talking about. So doing that for 3 or 4 months and trying to establish names, something very simple as names and who you're trying to ban, when we're trying to do that for 3 to 4 months, good luck tackling the other issues.
So let's cut the semantics. What are the issues?
Okay, let's talk about the birth of the whole thing. Everything was pretty cool. Everything was pretty good up into the scenes and justice, this and that. A little bickering here and there, but it's all competitive. Then NEC rolls around, and around that time, we're hearing things from Swift Tom Hanks. We're hearing things from, I think, I'm trying to get the names right. I think Revolver at the time. We're hearing these things about MikeMetroid and the Riazis, sitting at a table with Arma, and apparently Swift Tom Hanks having this video at NEC of them purposely rigging Theo versus KVZ. And there's some Capcom rigging going on at the other end of the table in this video that I keep hearing about. Now, I'll talk about that video in a second. But at the time, all we heard was like hearsay. We just kept hearing all these rumors about, rigging. So So we go into the tournament. I think I arrived there late because of work, and first thing people were texting me, they're like, "Hey, we're hearing all this shit. MikeMetroid's going on around hotel rooms a Friday night, and the pools weren't even released. The final pools, especially the people who didn't pre-register, and he's letting people know, this guy's in your bracket. Make sure you learn this matchup, this and that, and just kind of like giving unfair advantages to friends and stuff, and all the other rigging shit. So I get there, I'm already like, God, this is stupid. Why are people doing this? And anyway, so I go to play my pool. I look at the bracket. I see KDZ's actually in my pool. And then after I played my first match, JDM, I went back to the bracket and reported I won. I saw KDZ was scratched out and Arma's name was put in there. And then that's when I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then the bracket guy was like, I don't know, they just came and changed it. It's not my deal. I was like, whatever, man. So, after the tournament, we brought that up with Arma. He denies it. I have no right to really, not believe Arma. Not really, I don't have evidence or whatever, but I keep hearing about that video that has Ray Riazzi and Arma talking about Theo and KDZ. So anyway, all this shit is just being talked about behind the scenes, and then it's announced that KN is going to run final round, NRS games at final round. So, come on, sorry, I'm walking my dog. Okay, so anyway, final round, we're being told that KN's going to run the NRS games, and I have a lot of people from West Coast, GGA, Florida, even Atlanta guys, even ones that don't like me in Atlanta. They're like, what the fuck? Why is KN coming and running our major? Why is KN being brought in here? We keep hearing all this other shit that happened in NEC. Why are they coming here running our tournament? I was like, well, let me talk to Larry. Let me see what I can do. And the big concern was, all these KN guys, they have this little thing where they don't want to pre-register for a tournament. And their boys just put them in brackets, put them in pools. They all know where they're going to go secretly, but they just kind of put them in last minute. I can't fucking stand that. So none of us can. It's just such a pussy willow tactic. So anyway, I talked to Larry and was like, hey, I got this great idea. A lot of people are on board for it, and I said, if you don't pre-register, then you get thrown into a pre-tournament pool, and the top two in that pool get put into one of the pools in the tournament, or you just keep a pool open and every person on site just gets thrown into that pool, and you only have certain amounts of people that you can put on site into the tournament. Anyway, Larry at the time, he loved the idea. I made the thread announcing it. Everyone's like, yay, this problem is solved, it's fixed, blah, 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 blah. It's a big thread. You can go back and find it. And Larry even liked the post. He clicked liked on the post, okay? That means you actually have to acknowledge the post, read it, and agree with it. So he clicked like on it. So the tournament rolls around and all that shit goes out the window. I get 40 to 50 people at the tournament, no lie, out of 120 come up to me and they're like, dude, Pig, what the fuck? You lied to us. You told us this was going to happen. Look what's happening. So on top of that not happening, that I was promised would happen on the phone with Larry, mind you, made the post, he fucking liked it. He even posted in the goddamn thread. This is a great idea. The tournament's going to be hype. Thanks for coming type shit. And the tournament happened. And then 5 minutes before the tournament even started, they merged the pools all weird, which created even more problems. People from same locations playing. Terrible seating done by MikeMetroid. Doesn't even know the fucking scene from his ass to his elbow. So then the tournament happened. And then there was other problems that Shock wrongfully got blown up for. The patch issues, the hotfix issue. Well, NRS, a patch is a patch. It stays in your system. But a hotfix, something about the way the Xbox servers work with hotfixes, you actually have to be connected to on the internet for the hotfix to apply. And so they didn't have internet hooked to the systems. Someone idiot, they turned off the system and they turned it back on. The hotfix is gone. I thought this was a patching issue, not a hotfix issue. And a lot of us blew up Shock wrongfully because the same issue happened in many other tournaments. Other than that, I stand by what I blew Shock up on. The other things that happened was, same old KN stream shit. I don't have a 4G card. I have the wrong 4G card. I don't have any connection. Don't have any service. I thought Boost Mobile would work. Shit like that. Just dumb shit. It's always excuse. Mind you, back to NEC, that tournament. I heard you say this earlier in your little rant, your intro rant. You said that NEC was the tournament that saved Injustice to put it on the Evo circuit or whatever. Sir, go back to the fucking game announcements in January. Mr. Wizard literally said that stream saved the game. And you know who provided that stream last minute because KN couldn't do it? Me.
I'll pat you on the back.
All right.
Is that what you
No,
want?
no,
You
no.
want a pat on the back? I mean, if you
No,
want,
no,
I'll build
it's
a
like-
trophy. I'll build a trophy
James.
for you. Maybe
James,
a
it's like-
statue. I'll put it in the fucking park. You saved the day, okay? But
Post
regardless,
the statue. Post the statue, but even more so, get your facts right. Get your information straight. Okay, it's the same shit. You know, you can come back at me right now and say,
So-
well, you know what? I didn't say this and this.
I'm
Yeah, you
not
did,
going to
man.
say
I was
that.
just,
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Again, that very statement tells me all you want is pats on the back. I'll pat you on the back every day if that'll make you happy. Just for waking up, I'll be like, yo, Brant, I'll call you up. I'll be like, good job, you woke up. Here's a gold star.
some days I actually deserve it, but most days no. But anyway, I don't need pats on the back daily. I'm just saying, get your facts straight, okay? You know, the fact that I'm blowing you up to get your facts wrong,
You're
just
not
say,
blowing,
okay,
first
I
of all,
was
you're
wrong.
not blowing me up.
Just get your facts right.
The
It's
fact
just-
is, the NEC is basically, sorry, I didn't specifically say you saved the day.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right, on with the next subject. So final round happened, and you know problems mounted on mount, and it just kept happening. And the MK9 tournament. Here's the thing that happened. People missing their pools just got thrown into later pools. People like Newbie and Gross just missing their pools, just got thrown into the final pools. And this was after Fantastic came and brought like me, Rio, I think 16-bit Tom, just to kind of look at the pools, final draft, and you know, like just say, yeah, it's each pool's got 3 or 4 top players. And well, that didn't happen because apparently when you oversleep at the final round run by KN, you can just be thrown in the last minute to pool. So you know, it's stupid. So these things kept happening, and finally, I just blew up on shock and was like, you know, who's in charge here? Like, I don't feel like there's any true leader around here. And Shock gave me the deer in the headlights look for like a few hours. Like, I don't know, you know, this. He kept saying this white guy like he keeps running back and forth here that works for the final round staff. Well, I've never to this day seen that random white guy. I'm trying to find out who he is. It's like the guy from Fugitive, one-armed man. But after final round happened, you know, I told Bob Smack about all the issues. I told Shin Blanca in person at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning about the issues. He just looked at me with a blank stare. I don't know if you know who I was, but I mean, I know he knows who I am. But it's just he sat there. He says he didn't see me the whole weekend, which is fucking terribly wrong. But anyway, so after the tournament happened, a guy known as a random, you know, Legion, made a thread and spoke up about how terrible the final round tournament was ran. So we make a PM and we're like, yeah, guys, look at this guy. I mean, he's telling you this tournament was ran. We're not the only people telling you this. Look at the thread. Everyone's saying how poorly it was ran. And nobody ever wants to come back because how terrible it was. And, you know, it goes into a bunch of mudslinging, and one thing led to another. And then we hear that Shock is telling Big E and Larry to ban us to get, you know, we don't need them at the tournament anymore. So really the tournaments that I have promoted for the past 3 years, and actually I was responsible for tons of people coming to this year's final round, and they want to ban us, you know, like, thanks, you know, it doesn't make sense. So they're saying that we're causing a lot of problems. I'm sorry. All right, here's what is really going on. They didn't do a good job, and we called them out on their shit, and they didn't like that. So they went whining to Larry.
Let me interject. Now, is it that, or is it more specific? The things you were saying. I mean, you did. I remember specifically. You actually called them losers or assholes. I can't remember which it was specific.
Depending on the point in the PM, probably both. Probably started with assholes and then ended up with losers.
Now, if you start with that, whether and I said this to you in our last conversation, you know, I understand the frustration, but if I turn around and go, "Fuck you, Brant, cocksucker, motherfucker," and say, "Hey, Brant, can I borrow $10?" You're gonna tell me to go fuck myself.
Listen, if I was in Shock's position, if someone came to me and they said, "Who's in charge here?" I would say, "You know what? We might not be, but I'm going to make sure I get in charge because this is awful. You have someone has got to step in, take over the situation." And, you know, it just didn't happen. This is what happens when you don't have someone with any kind of leadership qualities. You know, they just sit there like, duh, I don't know what to do. You know, it's just like, I don't know. You know, that's basically what I got for hours.
Now, as far as you stated the things that you want. Well, you stated the thing that most upset you is the bracketing. That's what basically it comes down to. So how
No,
does it?
there's no such thing as most. It's a accumulation of every single thing related. It all stems from complaints about the way KN runs a tournament.
So
And
now is it, so then now let me rewind a little bit. So does that mean the issue really at hand is KN, or is it Larry, and is it the fact that Larry and Eric still deal with KN?
okay, that's a good question. In terms of Big E, I don't think this was ever a Big E issue. Like I never really during any of this thought about Big E, you know. But during final round, I did put blame on the final round staff, including Larry and Bob Smack, because that's who I was told who was in charge, but we could never find. Like I would ask Shock, who's in charge, and he would say, not me. Okay, well if it's not him, it's got to be final round staff. So where are they? So yeah, I put it 50-50 on both entities. However, if there was some if we were able to reconcile, I could easily sit down with anybody and say, guys, this is what happened. This is what probably should happen. Let's talk about better ways that we can secure, the negative things never happen again. That's what I wanted to do.
But I mean, and again, I can't speak for Larry. I know you think I'm part of their Illuminati clique, but I can't speak for them. But again, it comes back to the way things were getting conveyed to them. That was
through
being
Through
said.
Shock. Yeah, I think Shock's feelings were hurt. I understand Shock's feelings were hurt,
You
and
know,
he conveyed those negative feelings to Biggie and Larry, and that's basically what started the whole bang thing. And then recently, Shock has backed off, according to some people that I've talked to, and they say he doesn't even care about it anymore. He wants to move on. Yet we're still stuck in the situation that he created by going to them and whining a lot. So he's got to be a part of this middleman thing too if he wants to agree to reconcile, and then he's got to talk to those guys and say, hey, let's try it. I don't understand why we can't just try it. Like, they have to understand what they're doing. It's not just me in 16-bit that the Northeast tournaments are losing. It's the entire GGA scene. It's a good number of Atlanta people, not all, definitely not all, but a good number. It's the Terry brothers, which, together they have like 5 Evo medals.
But but now here, I've heard all that. All your guys' Evo medals and all that, that's irrelevant.
Okay, all right, let me say this. Known players, it's a lot of known players. And when those, say you have like 15 to 20 of those guys that just got a bad taste in their mouth, they don't want to go to these events anymore. When those guys don't start going, then it'll trickle down. Not because of me and Bit not there, but because the other 18 or 20 might not come. And then those guys might say, you know what, I might save out for SCR or something like that.
I mean, like, I heard this, fucking Wonder Jerk Off and fucking King Slob Ass Hippo saying, well, I'm not going to go. Motherfuckers don't travel nowhere anyway. Like we talked about the other day about the East Coast. They're broke motherfuckers. They can't even play a fucking tournament at their goddamn local gas station.
All right, let me say something real quick. 80% of your Northeast group, they don't travel.
Yeah.
We've established that. Honestly, the NRS scene is probably like 8 to 10 who do travel. And
that's it.
Probably 8 to 10 people. So big people that are going to miss out of this are those people who don't travel, who want to play people like us. But if 2 of us are banned and the other people won't go because we are banned, and then the other people won't go because they're just hearing all this negativity about the tournaments. I mean, the 2 people that the ban started with, hell, we're trying to fix it. We've been trying to communicate with Larry and Shin and Shock for 4 months. Like, look at the PM. Look at the PM that I made public, and look at the Facebook conversation that I think Bit posted with him and Eric. Look where that went. Actually, look where the recent PM went. The whole 4-page PM. Where did that go? We tried so hard, and again, they didn't know who they're arguing with. They just want a ban to ban.
They didn't want a ban. I'm telling you now. I mean, banning people is not what they want to do.
Do you know what could have happened on the first page when Storms opened it up? I said, "Dear guys," and the reason why I made it out like that, I know it looks sarcastic, like, dear Larry, dear Eric, I got a question that requires a direct answer. Are we banned? Yes or no? They could have said, "No, you're not banned, but we need to talk about this," and then we would have had a great constructive conversation. But when you can't even answer a direct question to your face, I mean, where's this conversation truly going? It was doomed from beginning. We asked direct questions publicly, direct questions privately, direct questions Facebook. We had other people ask direct questions to their face for us. Never once a direct answer. So, and mind you, what you might say, Pig, that's kind of asshole thing to make it public. Why did you do that? Well, because this conversation ceased to exist as of 8 or 9 days ago. We asked, you saw the last post that I made, or whoever made, I think it was you or somebody,
Yeah.
and they choose not to respond, not to acknowledge it. They just said, fuck it, we're done with these guys. So I have the option of publicly discussing it, publicly talking about it, or lighting a fire. I chose to do all three. And you know what? There's nothing that I said in that private PM that I'm ashamed of saying. I stand by every word I said in that PM. And I mean, they didn't want to have it public. It's probably because they didn't want people to see that we were reaching out for 4 pages and for 4 months, and they chose not to budge at all to help their scene.
Well, granted that you gave up hope, and remember, I'm the one that said to you, do it again.
You gave up hope.
What do you mean I gave up hope?
You texted me, and you gave up hope. You said,
I
what,
gave
this
up
is
hope
done.
in that, I'm saying to that chat, when we spoke on the phone, I told you, reach out to them again. You said, I reached out to them, I didn't get to them. I said, reach out to them again. I said, take the higher road. Go ahead.
James, you also texted me and said, you know what, at the end of the day, your coin phrase, at the end of the day, I can never fault you because you did everything that you could. That's exactly what you said to me. I said, you know what, James, I said to you, if we were doing what Biggie and Larry and Shock were doing in that PM and for the past 4 months, you would nail us to the fucking cross. And because we are who we are, and they are who they are, took you a little while. See,
you again. If Biggie and Larry decide to stop, and I said this to you, you're not helping the scene; you're destroying it. If they and I said, if I know Piggy's probably going to say, well, it's not my fault, but if they say no NRS games, that's 6 events for the East Coast that can only travel to these events, that they don't have that option no more.
I can't control that. You know what I can try to do? I can try to reconcile. I can try to do what I've been trying to do for 4 months. That's the only thing I can do, James. I've asked you many times over the past few weeks. I specifically remember about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, you had Ray Riazzi on here, and I think I was on the show at one point, and we were really getting blasted for not supporting the East Coast events. Kind of funny, like 4 or 5 days after that, I started reaching out again to these people, and look where we are today. I kind of took it serious. I was like, you know what? I want to go play the Zyfoxes. I want to go play the KDZs. I want to go play the Rios, Tom Brays, and Armas. Relaxed States and all that shit. I want my rematch versus Sonic Fox. I want to go up there. And I reached out. That was one of the reasons I did the PM and did a lot of good. Now listen, don't ever blame us again, because we have reached out so many times that I've literally lost count.
And like I said to you the last time I spoke, I think it's just hit a point now where it's...
But James, as reminded many times in the PM, they're grown-ass men. We're big men. We're grown-ass men. You know what? I've never had an argument with a legit grown-ass man from the age of 13 to current that I couldn't have a conversation with despite the argument. And you know what? Something as petty and pathetic as video games and FGC, I'm sorry. If you can't still have a man-to-man conversation, he could call me right now. I'll talk 2 hours about what we can do. And I promise to keep it positive. He won't. Probably because he's a quote-unquote big man. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I mean, I'm not Eric. I'm not Larry. So I can't.
I know you're not.
I
I know
don't
you're
know.
not.
I don't know. What they want. I mean, I know what they want. They want an apology.
The
They
only
want.
person, that is owed an apology, in my opinion, would be Shock for the patch situation. That's legit. Um, here's the deal, man. This all started with, a lot of people, not just me and Bit. I'm sorry we're vocal. People need vocal people to voice for them because a lot of people are scared to have a voice. Okay? So they come to us. And that's why we get crucified so much. That's why so many people think we're assholes. It's because we speak for so many people. However, this started with, us voicing our huge displeasure for events and how they ran a few particular tournaments. Regardless, we want to reconcile, work together, and move forward. We want to come to their tournaments. I actually have to ask off work pretty hella far in advance for a lot of reasons. So it's not like did you see the part in the PM where Big E was like, "Yo, but I'll let you know when you're banned or not on the day of the tournament." I mean, you want to talk to me about disrespect? You seriously want to have that conversation? Go read that fucking message.
Yeah, I understand that, but I also, like I said, I did see it, and I said this to you as well. It was like every time you posted something, you had a snide comment in it.
James, that's because I've been called Andrew. Get that.
I
I've been
understand
called
that. I
Andrew for
understand
4
that.
months.
I
James,
understand that.
what if every time you call me, I'm like, "What's up, Frank?
I
How are you doing, Frankie?"
The fuck do I care? It's a fucking
I mean,
name. I still know you're talking to me.
I don't know, Frankie. I mean, you get a little bit annoyed with that after 3 or 4
It would
months.
get annoying if you get
I
called the
mean,
wrong
get
fucking
Nate.
name.
Natus, come on, man. If I called you, I'm like, "Hey, Brian, how's it going?"
And I'm
I
like,
mean,
who the fuck are you?
literally 4 months after dialogue. Wouldn't you get a little bit pissed at the point I can't even get your fucking first name right? I mean, get real. I mean,
I agree with
don't.
that.
So, and we jump from one one wrong name to another wrong name. I'm just like, God damn, these guys are trying to ban someone they don't even know who they're talking to. How stupid as hell is this? It just becomes an elementary level. You cannot have a constructive conversation with people like that who don't even know who the fuck they are talking to.
Well, I mean, like I said, so now if down the road, which I have a sinking feeling that you're going to start seeing events drop the game, just because it is, just because
Uh,
it is.
all right,
And
hold on. And Justice is trailing off a little bit as it is. I think KIT will have a very strong showing. I don't know if WCW have that strong of a showing. I have no idea. Summer Jam will have your whole 60 or 70 people who never travel show up, and they'll act like it's a major, huge major, when in fact it's just everyone who doesn't ever travel, which is good. I mean, that's not bad. That's good to see, and hopefully it's a good tournament. Hopefully this ran well. I expect with all this pressure on them, they'll step up pretty hard and say, "Oh, look, we showed Pig. We can run shit really well." I want that. I want them to run really good tournaments, and that's why we're here. But TFC, I don't know. I don't know how well it'll be attended. I think NEC, probably will be pretty well attended as well. Sorry, the car's passing me. I know it's annoying, but yeah, KIT probably the first major in 2015. They'll probably tell a lot about the tournament life of Injustice, but I don't think it's going to matter regardless when MKX comes out. It's actually what I'm thinking about now. I want the community and all the scenes to be way past this before the game comes out, because that game is going to be at every tournament no matter what. And you know what? If Biggie says I'm not going to have MKX at this tournament, then just more the merrier for the other tournaments, because they will. And to say otherwise, it's just wrong. The game is going to do really well. And I know you say I talk to yada yada yada. James, I don't know if you talk to yada yada yada, because I know I do talk to some people on a regular basis,
Okay.
who definitely tell me opposite things of what you tell me.
Okay.
So we just have, you talk to your people, I talk to mine. We'll talk about this in a year and see who was right or wrong.
Either way, like I said, it's not going to, I'm telling you now, and I said this to you in a private chat, and I'll say it publicly since I might as well throw it out there. TOs all see this going on, not just the East Coast.
I agree.
And they're all looking at the NRS community going, get the fuck out of here. I just don't want this kind of drama at my event. And you're
I
gonna,
won't.
and you will see. My prediction is you will see tournaments start to say, you know what, I could put Call of Duty in, I could put StarCraft in, I could put anything in and fill that spot. I'll get a better turnout and no headache.
Potentially, yeah. However, or you know what you could do? You could be what you said you were and be a grown ass man and reconcile with the people who've been reaching out to you for 3 or 4 months and work together as a team and a community and to make the scene stronger and better than ever. To make it to where everyone travels everywhere, when they can or financially can or whatever. And it's, like I said, even with anything being said to me negatively, you blow me up more than probably 99% of the people. Okay. I still, you call me, we still talk.
Yeah, like I said, I don't.
Well, hold
I
on.
think he blows Tristan Bit up more.
Yeah, that's why I said 99. But 99%. He's that 1%. But I will say this. Despite anything I've said, despite anything they said to me, despite every bit of disrespect, I've always said, you can talk to me about this, you can call me, you can open a PM with me, you can Facebook me, Skype me. I don't care what you want to do with me. I'll talk about this.
I can't PM you right now.
Why not? Oh, yeah. Don't PM me because I'm banned. Do you guys know what I'm banned for?
Yeah, because you were playing with turtle dicks.
Everyone go to Google. It's actually pretty awesome. Go to Google and type in The Onion, TMNT, and The Onion is a extremely funny parody site. And basically they take popular topics, popular movies, and make parodies really quick of them, like high quality. And this was about making fun of Michael Bay doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. And they did a parody saying that Michael Bay focused on nothing but turtle dick. So they had CG dicks and like balls on Shredder and all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it was really funny. Everyone Google it. It's actually really funny. It's only like 2-3 minutes long. So anyway, I posted that because I thought it was really funny. Didn't know I could get banned a month for posting CGI balls. MikeMetroid Storms, you guys, warning, might have an issue with banning people for CGI balls. Because I don't know if anyone's seen Cassie Cage's X-ray, but hint, hint, it has balls in it. So get ready to get the ban hammer ready, guys. Dumbasses. It's an R-rated game, or R-X-rated game coming out that has just as bad things that was in that video. So go ahead and get that equal, ban hammer out. Start banning everybody.
I mean, I think the ban might have been a little excessive and a little oddly timed. I can't deny that.
Yeah. Let's talk about oddly timed. I posted that thread a week before I was banned. And then MikeMetroid at 12:20 randomly, when all this, underground Biggie and Larry shit's going on in the PM, he just randomly bans me. So, getting banned the day of or 48-hour period when I make the thread, that was very active. It wasn't like it was hidden. That would be a little bit more understandable. But getting banned a week after, around the time we're all having that secret PM and shit, it's a little weird.
Now, as far as the PM goes, I mean,
I gotta say the balls thing's kind of funny. I'm watching it right now.
Dude, I wouldn't post it. Most of the people know me. I wouldn't post shit like that unless I thought it was really funny. And it's not porn. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't really think so. It's funny. I have to admit.
It's funny, man. Shredder's got this big Shredder cock going on. It's pretty funny. But and you know what? His doesn't even look like a dick. So hold that. But Blake and all these guys just like, I do not support turtle dick on the website. I'm going to ban peg. This is stupid.
I mean, I never liked the censorship. I mean, I know you guys thought I steal. I've invested money into a lot of events. I like to make sure my money gets its bang for its buck.
Yeah,
I don't play injustice, but I put money in for the pots.
Yeah, I know. That's great.
And for me, that's one of my biggest concerns. And I also want the events to run well. I don't care what event it is, and when you guys were saying, oh, we're steering away from it. And I don't know if I told you or I told somebody else, you got to sit in my shoes. The NRS community stuck it in my ass pretty hard and threw me under the bus during that UFGT ban that I got, defending a community that was upset with that event. Now this year, they were loving it as if it never happened. And 16-bit is one of them that came to me saying, hey, this is bullshit. NRS is the we're in Chicago. It's the staple of games, and they gave us a shitty deal. So I put all this stuff together and said, yeah, let's go tell them what you guys feel. And then next thing you know, I'm getting banned.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
from Test You Might, not the Twitch ban. From
Well,
Test You
hold-
Might, and then people are going, he don't speak for us. Wait, what the fuck do you mean?
okay, that's a great situation. I want to talk about this situation. I actually don't like talking about past things like this. It just gets us nowhere. But it's a really good example for what we're talking about. Keats is an adult. I'm an adult. Anyone who's followed this scene in the past year or two knows that I was so pissed about that 8 a.m. or I can't remember 9, 10 a.m. Top 8 thing, and so I like lashed out on Keats pretty hard on Twitter. I'm in his hotel, lashing out on Twitter. Like upstairs at a hotel room or something, like really late night. He responds, and we get into it, and despite what we said to each other, it's kind of similar to what the conversation's been between me and Larry and Big E. We did like pretty shortly after we had a conversation. Done. I support him. Happy for him. I mean, he's happy. I guess he's happy for me. We had no negative blood. It's great. It's awesome. You know what? That's what grown-ass men. That's what grown-ass men do. Count how many times I had to be reminded by those two guys in that PM that they're grown-ass men. Dude, I know you're fucking 40 or whatever. I don't give a shit. So is the Oklahoma State football coach. It's the same shit. Like, get over yourself. We know it. I'm a grown-ass man. It's so stupid. If you're a grown-ass man, show it, man. Show me how you can reconcile and work out your differences like a grown-ass man. Like, I keep saying, he could call me now. Shock could call me now. Any of these guys, I'm pretty sure they have a phone. They can call me now if they want to. And, you might want to say, some people might be wondering, why would they? Like, why would they want to work out with you? Well, because, like I said before, me and 16-bit don't go. GGA doesn't go. I named all the other places and people that won't go. That creates a trickle-down effect, creates a separation of the community and scene. I don't want that. No one wants that. We joke about each other's coasts and tournaments and have our little competitive bickering wars and stuff. Nobody wants the scene never to travel to one another. So, it is what it is.
What's up, Bifu?
I have to interject with something.
Well, first you got to speak into a mic.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, we hear you now.
You hear me better now?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Now, I hear what Pig is saying and all that other stuff. But the thing is, if you're all for this community standing together and going out to events and things like that, why is it that at a past event, most of the community pretty much did not want to go to that event?
What event are you talking about?
Believe it was Winter Brawl.
I thought you talked about the beach.
Huh?
Winter Brawl.
I don't know. Well, that was in between NEC and Fauna Round, and that was at the height of everything with KN that everyone was talking about. And then that's why I said earlier in the call when we found out that KN coming off NEC was picked to run NRS games at Fauna Round, we're like, fuck. And that's when I started intervening. That's when I was promised whatever by Larry. Didn't happen. That was right in the middle of everything. So that kind of makes sense. But
So wait.
Yeah.
Repeat what you just said.
Okay. As I explained earlier.
Combat Network basically got picked to do the stream for.
No. They got picked to run the tournament.
Okay.
They're going to run all NRS games at Fauna Round. This was going to be 4 months after NEC. At NEC, there was all this talk, and Swift Tom Hanks says to this day he has a video of these guys sitting around a table drinking and talking about how they're rigging this, rigging that for the NRS games and the Capcom community. He says to this day he has the video. I never went back and talked about that video, but I'll talk about that after this. I'm trying to address the question. So I told the whole story about how right before my pool, I see KZ's in my pool. I go play a match. I come back to report the match, and his name's scratched off and replaced with another name. So there was all these rigging and all these, this guy's, just all these rigging rumors the whole weekend. Then the stream situation happened. I had to stream the event myself. And that plus, it was just a lot of different issues. So we're just like, fuck, we're so tired of dealing with KN. So after NEC was KIT, and then I believe it was Winter Brawl. So that was like right in the middle of NEC and Fauna Round. That's probably what you were hearing. Although I don't really remember much about people saying that about Winter Brawl. I do remember things about
they basically
ECT.
plan like their own event, because I couldn't understand.
Oh, well, hold on. See, you're doing what Big E did. I'm not Andrew, man. Like Andrew did that. Swift Tom Hanks did that. We
Okay.
had no part of that
No. I know he did that, but he did that as a response to what took place
at NEC.
at
The thing I
NEC.
just told you about. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, like, you just like opened another door for me and whatnot because I never knew that there was all of this rumor. Even though I was sitting right next to where Combat Network was, because my stream setup was like right next to them.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was that much issues going on.
Yeah. Well, the best thing that I can tell you is to talk to him about it. And maybe since you guys live remotely in the same area, he can show you this video. There's reasons why he doesn't want to send this video to me or James. He knows I'll send it to everybody because that's how I am. I want everything public. I don't care. And
But
whereas
has he tried talking to Big E about this?
Big E won't talk to him as well. Big E has never wanted to talk with him. And Andrew tried like once or twice, apparently. And when he went to do the boycott, I thought the boycott was actually ECT, but I guess it was Winter Brawl.
No.
When he went,
Well,
okay. When he went to do the boycott at Winter Brawl, he had people at the break supporting him on this that backed out last minute that made him look like an asshole. He's somebody that would be really nice to get in this call so he could help clarify some of this stuff.
I don't even know where he is. I gotta dig around and see if I can find his ish.
Apparently, there's something in this video. I mean, I know what it is. I'm just not going to say it. Nobody wants this to get out of control. Nobody wants this to get to a legal side of things.
right.
And
But here's the thing: you were at NEC, right?
Yeah.
So why didn't you say something to E?
I do. First of all, I don't even know who Big E is, and I was too busy trying to help the tournament. And then after the tournament was over, it wasn't really all right. I should have. Number one, I should have went to Big E that day, the day after. We're hearing about this. Let's talk about this. I didn't do that, but that's a big mistake on my part. After the tournament, it became the focus was all about KN. We never complained about Big E. We didn't complain about Big E until Shock ran to Big E and started complaining about us, blowing him up. To us, it was KN running NRS games.
Right.
So when we blew anybody up, it was always KN. We
Right.
never said anything negative about Big E.
Okay,
But-
because the thing is, like, I'm gonna say this because the same thing I said before. If there was a problem, the best thing, because being that that's a Big E event, I think the right point of action once something like that was going on, I think the best thing that any one of you guys could have done was
Yeah.
go straight and talk to Big E, Zach, Min, any one of those guys
Yeah.
to
And-
get
and-
the problem, to
sorry.
basically get that
Go ahead.
problem resolved. Because something very little like that basically turns into this whole mess that we have currently right now.
Yeah.
And it's like I hate hearing it. Like I hate hearing that, okay, you're not coming to events and this is going on and this, that, and the other. And it could have all been resolved early.
You're right. And if there's one thing in addition I should apologize for, it would be that exactly. I'm wrong there. And I'm happy to admit it. And with everything that I've, done wrong here and there, conversations and things that you're bringing up, and anything they've done wrong to me, I'm willing to I just want to fix it, man. Like I'm not trying, I just want to reconcile the whole thing. But I mean, I don't know how much you know about it, but I've been trying for 4 months and it's gone nowhere.
Trust me, I believe you when you say that you're trying to fix it and things like that. But the thing is, we're in August already.
Okay, but
And if
I've
you've been trying to,
since
if you've
like
been trying
April.
to, NEC was in December.
No. Well, all right. It blew up after
It-
final round in March.
It blew up after final round in March.
Yeah.
But I still think that
All right. You have to understand that the issues that happen at NEC, after NEC and all, we were just like, whatever, we don't have to deal with that again for a while. And then it was announced that KN is then running final round. So then those issues we just kind of let go. We didn't address. They just all
like,
came
whatever,
back into
it's
our
gonna-
minds.
Whatever, it should fix itself and things like that. But then, obviously, problems didn't get fixed.
Yeah. And so when final round happened, it was like the problems that happened at NEC, but like magnitude at a far greater level. And then, it wasn't even me on the forums like complaining first. It was people making threads that Shock was having mods closed because he didn't want any negativity said about his event or said about the work that he does for events.
Ooh, I got a tweet.
That's just about you being on here right now. I can guarantee you. I'm not even gonna look at Twitter.
How's everybody doing today? Good?
Doing good.
Good? Good, all right.
And just to
I'm
answer Bill's strictness, no, it wasn't me that blew it up. That was the other person who lives in Jersey, streams in Jersey, and doesn't get much jobs with streaming anymore in FGC tournament realm anymore.
All right, hey guys, give me. I'm gonna listen. I'm still in the show, but I gotta do something. Give me 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So, Mike, what's up?
just hanging. I don't know where to start really.
Start wherever you want.
Start
Anywhere.
wherever you like, because
Um,
this is new to me.
I gotta go
Yeah.
take a piss.
Yeah, because your name's been brought up now, so
yeah. I guess I can start with. Let's go back to
not when you were a baby,
TFC.
right? All right.
TFC. TFC. I
TFC
think
last year.
TFC last year is when I really feel like I got tournaments, down to the wire. I understood the method. I was used to it. I've been going to them for a while, and ever since TFC ran decently, and then we go over to NEC, and NEC had this video that I hear about, and which I talked to Andrew today, and this video has me and Arma and Ray, like all KN, and there's Marvel people in the room, but it's not exactly us rigging. What Andrew told me is that I'm actually in the background drinking, and that video is not going to get released because I'm like 10. Okay. That's the real reason he tells me. That's fine. But I believe that when we got past NEC, past Winter Ball, I did all the seeding, things like that. And one thing that I like to point out is that when I do seeding, I have to do people who are pre-regged. And I'm talking about days before, whatever. And the whole me sharing the Excel sheet, around that time between NEC and Winter Brawl, I didn't start going to monthlies like I do now. I wasn't into the Injustice scene. I was just shaking off I'm bad at Injustice. I was trying to accept it, because I tried to play Injustice for like 6 to 9 years, not years, months. And so around that NEC Winter Brawl time, I fell off. I was just bad. So I started to lose.
You're not bad. It's just the game sucks.
Well, plead the fifth on that. That was everyone's opinion. But so I would send the Excel sheet not for people to go around and add their own names, but to ask for opinions. Like, hey, are these guys good? Is this a no name that's good? Like, are these training partners? Things like that. So I was in the habit of, all these events. I'd do the seeding and things like that. And eventually I got pretty good at it. Come final round, I was told to do 16 pools by Bob Smack. And I did them. Just as he said, just try to keep them nice and spaced out, whatever. So I, seeded appropriately. I think it was only like 5-6 people per pool or something like that, something really small with at least 2 killers. And then what happened is that final round did not reach the 128 cap. The 128 cap, since it wasn't reached, they merged the pools. Now, I was not at final round, so I don't know how it was merged. Obviously, not too well. I'm willing to admit that final round was a fluke. And since final round, I try, like, I've worked, I'm trying, like, I feel like I'm on the same page as Pig, that I've reached out to Pig and Bit, and I'm trying my best to do what I can for the tournament to make it, how you say, more accessible, more better, without going out of my way. We don't want to do anything friggin' crazy. So, like, for example, because of all this recent pools, me sharing this Excel sheet, I am for Summer Jam next week. I will be doing pools if it's allowed. If Big E event allows me to do it live on my stream, I'll seed it live. Nothing rigging. I'll put a little webcam, a little microphone. People can join me, and I will seed it.
How about just random select? It's fucking random, man.
I mean, let's try it. Like, why not?
Shit, turn it start random. Fuck the seating.
Just put all the names in challenge, hit random seating, bam, let's go.
Done. That's it. Life is simple.
Done. So I know that there is tension between Shock, the Big E, Larry, Pig, and Bit, and I know I try to work my way. Like, for crying out loud, I worked with Pig almost technically under him. Like, I took orders from him for MK9 at Evo. I helped set up systems. I helped break down system. I ran like a pool. I brought some equipment if he needed it. I want the community to be good, and I hear all these things like that I do this and that, and I think you're getting me mixed up a little bit, because I am not the one to say, like, oh, I'm gonna rig. Like, who the fuck am I gonna rig? Like, the whole J Rosa seeding thing was, which even Revolver had to do this when he seeded ECT, was because when you have a low pre-reg number, you can't just like say, oh, Tom Brady is gonna be there, but he didn't pre-reg. So what I do is I make a pseudo kind of like, I think I'm going to put him in here, but in the meantime, I have to put in like J Rosa as a seed, or, Revolver had to do Chongo because it was literally that thin of pre-reg. It was probably like 15, 20 pre-reg. And if we have 8 pools, we got to make 16 seeds, regardless. And it's not Revolver's fault. I told him this is why it's a pain in the ass to seed. And if we have people pre-reg, it won't be so bad. We'll have a bigger gap and things like that. I can't word about what the hell happened at NEC, even if that happened, whatever. But oh man, I'm losing myself because there's just so much shit to talk about.
Wait.
Yeah. It's a lot. Can I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mike was great at Evo. The Evo side tournament, he was awesome. He was great help. It was awesome. The only issues that I have, with Mike is everything that
is CG Turtlecock.
No, yeah, you banned me for Turtlecock, but no. I mean, it's everything that I feel like we should be past. Like but I keep having to bring it up because people keep asking me, why are we here today? That's the only reason I have to go back and retell these stories. I want to be past December. I want to be past March. I don't understand why grown men just can't get into a PM and say, listen, we all fucked up. It sucks. You don't need to apologize to me. I don't need to apologize to you. Okay, maybe I need to apologize this. Maybe me on this. But what's done is done. Don't be threatening me with, I'm talking about Larry and Big E. Don't threaten lawsuits and cops at my door and shit like that. Like, when you start doing that, dude, that you're not being constructive here.
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to say. Let me go back to my point. I don't have, Mike. Everything that I've had an issue with you about has been the NEC and final round thing, and I feel like we should be way past that point. But like I said, I keep having to bring it up again because people keep asking me about it because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, because I didn't know the backstory, so I have to ask. I was like,
yeah.
What the hell happened?
That's fine. Basically, I wasn't at final round. So what happened is I made the pools. I talked to Bob Smack. He's like, which one should we make the death pool? And I showed it to you guys. He said, we're not doing that. I just followed rules. Whatever. It's not being done. And I said that to you guys. The other issue, the patches and things like that, we have learned the method to properly, keep the patch on. We've been getting it consistently. I've been going to monthlies, weeklies and making sure even at Evo when the systems weren't patched, I was there to fucking help. And to this is my beef with you, Pig. To say that I don't know the scene is just like it's kind of just like, you know, it's a kick in the turtle cock, you know. It just it's like
all right. I can tell you why I feel that way.
let me finish. The
Okay,
one
okay.
thing that really made me a little Jimmy Russell today was when we were talking on Twitter. It was definitely a little bit rudimentary, just Twitter arguing, Twitter fight. And then you just brought up my skill. I'm like, I know I'm not that good at Injustice, but and
Well,
I definitely
bash
bash
the game.
Injustice.
You bash the game. That when you know you bash the game. It's one thing to say I don't like it, but when you're bashing a game and you're
But
supposed to be supporting
it's
NRS games,
it's more like all in good fun bashing because we bashed MK9 when we played it.
but it's constant, man. I mean, like we get it, Mike. You don't have to keep reminding us. You know, it's like that.
I normally just
Like I mean, I'm joking.
I don't that's why I don't commentate the game anymore. I just don't do it because it's just
Like,
like,
I-
look at that bullshit.
Like I'm seriously joking, Junior. If you're listening, but Junior, we get it. You don't like it. You know, it's things like that. You know, you don't have to keep reminding us. We get it. You know, so that's why that gets old real quick after a while. But damn, what was I gonna say? You were talking about something.
I don't know. I was mentioning our little Twitter argument today.
No, before that.
Pool bracket, death pool.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. The scene, knowing the scene, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was insulting to me that you had like 2 or 3 of these people as a number 1 seed, and the guy that won the biggest major of the year, PPJ, was not even seeded. He was the NEC tournament champion. I literally had to ask myself, does Mike even know he won NEC? And it was that kind of thing. It was like that across the board. That was where that statement came from.
And I'm willing to admit my mistake. That was at Winter Brawl.
Huh?
I know
it was at Winter Brawl. No, it was NEC.
NEC. He won NEC.
He won NEC, and he wasn't seeded at final round.
Oh, well, again, final round was completely fucked when Bosmack had to merge the pools.
Well, these were the preliminary pools that you sent me.
I should have sent. You should have gotten 16 brackets.
Yeah, I responded. I was like, dude, what's up with this? I was like, you know, NEC champion's not even seeded. And you're like, well, what's done is done. I was like, I sent him to Bosmack.
That's the other thing. Once I send them in, because like I said, an accusation is that I let people just put their names in, but I send the Excel sheet, you included, which I shouldn't do this anymore, but I send it out, a couple days, and they, I have a deadline. They want this by Thursday night, Wednesday night, whatever.
Yeah.
And I have a deadline, and I'm like, well, shit, I could have done that, but I didn't. And evidently, that happens. And you're right, that's not fair.
Well, it's not fair in my opinion, because these guys are paying $400 to $500 to travel and go to tournaments. So, I mean, my only thing is, if you can't and you think you're going to be pushed for time to do it right, then how about don't doing it if you don't think that you definitely have the time and information and everything that you need to do it correctly, because you're not even going. But there's like 120 people that were going that probably spent $300 to $500 each to go. That's why when I see these seeds and pools, I'm just like, what the fuck? I mean, this is like 120. This needs to be done better. That was why that's why I got mad.
Well, and understandably, and that's why I said that final round was a fluke.
Again, and like I said, I wish we could move past this.
I'm willing to do it. Shit, like I said, I worked with you at Evo, bro.
What's funny is because we did run the Evo, me, you, Claude, we did run MK9 side tournament Evo so well. It's such a great fashion for the most part. It got hairy at the end, and I got sick, and someone had to take over for Sunday. That went really well, and I felt like at that point we were past it. But then when I get back in town from Evo, I'm seeing these passive aggressive Facebook posts from Big E, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show these fuckers, who's boss, this and that. I'm a grown man. You don't talk, I was like, what? Why is he doing this? And all those jobbers are commenting on his stats. Yeah, Big E, you show him, you ban him, and they don't even know who he's talking about. But we keep talking to him like, hey, we're right here. We want to talk to you about this Big E. He's like, who are you? And I was like, I'm Pig. I'm the guy you're talking about. He just like bans me from his Facebook profile and continues to make these stupid passive aggressive posts geared towards me and Bit.
But
And we continually try to reach out to him. I mean, we were trying to reconcile long
this is
before.
out of KN's reach, though. That's the thing. Shock,
But it's
actually,
created.
no.
But you've got to understand, man. This was created from KN.
But
Like,
you have to understand, Shock and E have been friends for I don't know, only 12 years, and they talk regularly. Like, what the? Like, they of course, it's like it's just because of the positions that it happened, if at all. But you have to realize that E, who has to keep tabs on a lot of people, if he does, sees just, okay, so my friend is experiencing issues with this guy, and he maybe, if he doesn't want to continue, or he's doing something else, or he's too busy, or whatever reason he has for not knowing who you are, what's gonna go? Are you say like your friend was being fucked with? Don't you want to go fuck with the guy who's fucked with him? I'm not saying you're fucking with Shock. I'm just saying that's the kind of thing that's that kind of like, you get defensive no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm defensible with Final Round. I wasn't even at Final Round, and I fucking I was in that fucking PM 3-4 days afterwards. I was like, I'm not even there, but damn it, KN is right. Not knowing or a clue.
KN was right about what?
No, I'm just saying that I was siding with KN because it's like what I have to do.
Yes, I get it. It's your boys, it's your friends. Yeah, and if someone was screwing with my boys and friends, I'd have their back probably more than they'd have their own back. I mean, that's just how I am. But I will say this: despite having my friends' backs more, like I said, I would still, if an adult said, you send me a Facebook message and said, hey, let's talk about this. Can we talk about this? I would talk. Like, I would say, all right, what do you want to say? And I would say, here's my number, call me. And I'd talk. And hopefully it's so many times I told James, because he kind of knows all the parties here and there, kind of neutral a little bit with everybody. I said, James, call Big E, call Shock, call Larry, get us all on a Skype conversation, get us all on the telephone, group conversation. Let's do this. I mean, so many times I've done this, and they have balked, according to James, they have balked at all attempts. So, and then after that, I sent a Facebook message, and then after that, I did a PM. No one can say that I have not tried to reconcile things. We have gotten to this point because of the complaints about what KN did and what you were a part of at those events. And then that escalated to kind of what you described. I'm going to protect my boy and just ban these two guys. And then Shock is nowhere to be found to maybe say, whoa, let's slow down. Let's all get together and have a conversation about it. Shock needs, in my opinion, Shock needs to step up and kind of play middleman here and say, okay, Pig, let's us talk. Let's see if we can talk. And if me and Shock can come to agreements about a lot of things, and maybe he'll go and talk to Larry and Big E.
I can do this if you want. What are topics that you would like to talk about? Like, I want to let you know that
banning.
But Shock is not in control of that. Let me tell you what Shock does. Shock is a provider. He provides us with cash to run the events. He provides us with the systems. He provides us with the stream equipment.
We're banned because of Shock's complaints to Big E and Larry. Therefore, whether he wants to or not.
That's not entirely true.
That's not entirely the thing, because why 16-bit?
You were banned not for with Shock. It was the berating them.
Yeah.
Where did I berate? I berated Biggie and Larry.
Yeah, calling them assholes and stuff like that.
Whoa. I think I don't know if that's. Where did I call Biggie and Larry assholes? I said I called Larry a liar, and that's true. Tell me how I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, I could have swore there was somewhere I saw you actually called E an asshole, and I was like, wow. This guy
whoa. I don't know if I called Larry or Big E an asshole. I probably called KN people assholes. And I've had people call me assholes, and guess what? We had beers later. Get over it. We can talk about it. If you want to talk about, I hurt your feelings, called you an asshole, I'll talk about it. But I never called Big E an asshole. I I'm really thinking hard here. I don't think I ever did. And you know what? I would tell you if I did. I'd own it.
I could have
But-
swore I saw it somewhere. That's
I
what put
definitely-
a flag up for me. I was like, because I remember specifically when I saw it. I can't if it was Twitter or if it was.
No,
I don't think it was Facebook.
Hold on. I think. Well, you know what? If I ever called E an asshole, it would have to be within the past 2 weeks.
No,
So
it was way before that. The
Okay.
reason I know that is because when I read it,
Yeah.
I literally said, "Wow, this guy's signing a death wish."
Well, I don't know about all that, but I'm just saying, if people are going to threaten me with the cops and lawsuits and shit, you goddamn right I'm going to call you an asshole. I'm going to call you a dumb asshole because that's not going to happen. Like, period. And but the other thing is the whole Larry thing, lying to me, and then click on that agreement we had about the pre-registration, all that stuff, and liking my post and posting in that thread, acknowledging he agrees with, and says later, "Oh yeah, we're not going to do that." That's I don't know what your definition of lying is, but that's lying. Like 40 to 50 people came to Fun premise, and then they all attacked me at Fun Around because it didn't happen. I would say I kind of got fucked a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
The words "lying asshole" might have came out of my mouth, in terms of that. But I've never, like, honestly, man, I've never had a negative feeling, like, ever towards Big E. Like, I don't even know Big E really. Like, I've never really. I don't know. I have to know you to call you an asshole. Like, I don't know him. I don't think I've ever called him an asshole. So I don't know if you guys can find it. Hit me up. Let me know.
I mean, I know I saw it. I don't hallucinate.
Okay, we'll go find it. I mean, I'm serious.
Well,
Like,
between
it was probably.
between Illuminati's and your threads getting deleted, I'm not going to spend hours upon hours
Yeah,
looking for something.
That's definitely a lost cause.
I'm just saying, I would tell you if I called him an asshole. I don't remember calling him an asshole. But if calling him an asshole is our biggest problem, it's like,
And then again, the steering people, not directly saying don't go to these events, but steering people, trying
Well, here's a
to
question.
steer people away.
yeah.
Well, I want to know how 16-bit plays into all of this, because
But who's talking?
this is Bifuteki.
Oh, okay.
I would like to
Voice
know
is
how.
different.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to know how 16-bit basically plays into all of this, because I know 16-bit. He has a big mouth, and he does talk a lot of crap, like he did at MLG Anaheim, as well as other things. I just want to know, like, what caused him to get banned from these events.
Well, they kind of grouped us together because we were equally vocal about our displeasure with everything I've talked about. And so we equally talked about it. We equally voiced our opinion for those who didn't feel like they had a voice. And those who felt like they didn't have a voice tried to have a voice. And they were muted on TYM by Storm, Shock, and the threads were deleted. And
Okay.
so that's his involvement. It would probably be...
I've
you could say equal.
I've heard, like, there's other reasons to why 16-bit is basically a problem at tournaments, and mainly because just like how you guys are saying Combat Network rigs brackets, the same could be said about 16-bit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, let's rehash that a little bit. EDC 2012, about 2 months before the event, maybe a month. I want to say, James, you can help me on this. Claude Von Stroke and Swift Tom Hanks were making the brackets for the NRS games at NEC. And they were literally, I think there's like this big feud between 16-bit and Chaotic. And
I thought it was between Andrew and 16-bit.
Well, actually, it's between like a lot of people in 16-bit.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to have a problem with
16-bit.
16-bit.
Well, hold on. Those are competitive things. Like, everything I just said was competitive.
Just competitive wise.
Everything I just said was competitive hype. Nothing, I don't think personal.
Nothing outside of just the game.
Not. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all competitive. People want to see it type stuff. The blow ups, things like that. The fun stuff. So, all right. So after a local, I think it was Claude Von Stroke that called 16-bit on the phone. And the local stream was left on. The camera, the audio, and everything. 16-bit is sitting in front of the computer, and he takes the call from Claude, and he's talking to his other members of GGA in the room about, guys, Claude's on the phone. He's telling me what he's going to do with the bracket. He's asking me what bracket I want to be in, and asking me like who I want to play and, you know, which blow up we want to rig, you know, like who do I want to play and which guy competitively I don't like, who should we put in his bracket? Like that was all caught on tape. Because like I said, they left the stream on, they had the audio and video up.
Right.
And that was a major blow up. Everyone jumped on 16-bit. However, it was 3 people involved. It was Claude, Swift Tom Hanks, and 16-bit equally. 16-bit obviously got the blunt of it because he was the one caught on stream, and someone still watching the stream channel randomly clipped it off and
Caught
sent
on
it to
stream,
James.
Can I intervene real quick?
Yeah.
He got blown up because he held the tournament back a good 2 hours. It was the blow up was way after he caused a delay because of the bracket. So it's like for us to see the brackets, I was not staff. I was not staff yet. I was there, and what it seemed like to the average community person, which I was at the time,
yeah,
it seemed like, okay, not Pig.
I wasn't there.
I know you weren't. You were at 2011. Sorry, I meant to say Bit. You guys have one syllable names. Stop. That's all right. So Bit, to the average community member, it seemed like, okay, so we're ready for this tournament. All the setups are going. Let's go. And then he comes into the room, sees the pools on the wall, flips the fuck out,
Storms out.
and then and it just walks right out and like took all the GGA some of them, Shock and Andrew. They had to go with, and for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, we had to rework these pools, and then after the event, it is revealed that he was rigging. Yeah. And that's why you know, Claude didn't hold up the tournament, Andrew didn't hold up the tournament, and that's because, like, all right, well, they did it and they got, you know, shook their fingers, whatever punishment wasn't, like, it probably wasn't, you know, good enough for them, like it wasn't big enough as it should have been. But that being said, Bit is the one that held up the tournament, and you know. Bit and the fact that we did a tag tournament with only one 4-port PS3. I know Natus remembers that shit.
All right, but do you know why he did that though? Is because everything that he was lied to about, like rigged wise, it was the exact opposite and it was stacked against him. So he thought he had been rigged against, but used as like a pawn. You know what I mean? Like it's like say I call you and I'm like, hey, Mike, what do you want in your pool? And then everything you tell me you don't want, I put in your pool. And you know that person had that conversation with you. And so that's why he did that. But he, at that time, he couldn't explain, he didn't want to explain why he was doing it. When he knew, yeah, this is rigged against me because basically they put me in this position and I'm looking at it and this is fucked up. I know this is fucked up. And at the time, he didn't think anyone knew because no one did at the time. So he did what he did, and he would tell you that was dumb for him to do. And then afterwards, it was revealed that, he held up the tournament for 6 hours, and he rigged it. Whereas he did what he did because he knew the other 2 guys rigged it against him. Do you follow me?
Yeah, I understand. But I was just telling you, remember, there's always 2 sides to everything.
You're right. You're right. Everything you just said is right, and it you know, brings back bad memories of hearing about all this. But, yeah, it's right. So, that's where it came from. Like that's where the rigging thing came from. Yeah, he did. Like it was him, Claude, and Swift Tom Hanks.
So 16-bit basically got brandished as a bracket rigger from that point, and has been called a bracket rigger ever since.
Correct.
So when we went to VXG last year, he did the same thing.
I don't know about that. Like I remember all that stuff, but I gotta tell you, man, I remember hearing everything about KDZ and Triforce, and there was a big blow up about that.
Blowing him up for it, because I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm saying this. Because last year when I was down there, one person was supposed to do the brackets, right? He didn't do the brackets. He basically asked 16-bit for help. KDZ won EVO that year for Injustice. Why was he seated at such a bad seed? Because let's take a look at this again. Because the brackets are still available to be seen. KDZ was ranked like 6. Waffles was first. 16-bit was second. So basically, GGA basically was seated with priority in that. For what reason?
I don't remember. I don't remember those details of that, so I can't comment on it. And I sure as hell wasn't at VXG, thank God. But I'm just saying, I don't remember. I remember everything you're saying, like there was problems like you're describing. But,
Yeah.
man, I don't know.
But that's the
I don't
whole
remember
reason
that
why.
situation
That's the
was.
whole reason why KDZ and Triforce went off on him, because of the simple fact that they saw the bracket and they flipped out, and that's something that I was yelling at a lot of the people in the room for it, because I was like, don't let people see that bracket because they're gonna flip the fuck out. Because me, it was myself, my wife,
Mhm.
Big E, and Zach sitting inside of this office room, like this room, fixing every single bracket for that Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't remember that stuff. Although, I'll say this: KZ at that time should easily be number one, no question. I think at the time, I don't remember at the time who should be number two. Maybe Chris G. I think Chris G at the time.
No, Rico probably.
I don't think Rico was there.
Rico was not there.
He wasn't.
Yeah, no, it's
Rico did
Chris.
not go to the beach.
At that.
Oh, the beach. Oh, we're talking about the
The
beach. Never
beach.
Talking
mind.
about
Yeah.
VXG and
At the-
Your boy Michael's not paying attention.
At that time, Chris G would have been number two. He was number three at Evo, just
He was
won CEO.
yeah,
He
he
would-
was number
he-
4. He was ranked 4th. Pure Balrog was like 5th.
Balrog
KD's
should have been third.
6th.
Balrog should have been third, in my opinion, and then probably Bit, and I can't remember. Oh, Carl would be 5. Like, this is just me going back at that time where I would do seeding.
CD
But
Junior,
whatever.
Perfect Legend, Kerbalicious.
CD Junior would be 5 or 6. It's whatever.
Furley shouldn't even been on that bracket. He should
Nah,
have just
take
been in
him
the
off.
beach.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
He should have just been in the pool swimming, because I know that's what he loved about that. But
Okay,
yeah,
But I mean, I was about to make a joke, and now's not a good time for a joke. I was gonna say, well, I was gonna
All
say,
the time is good for a joke.
I was just
Makes the
gonna
situation
say,
a thousand times better.
not trying to open up any other can of worms, but are we really believing anything Triforce says?
we're not believing anything Triforce says.
That was a joke.
I know.
Don't
But-
jump on me.
It's, like, everyone was trying to keep the brackets from being seen by anyone.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they walked in, they heard that 16-bit helped with the brackets, and when they heard he helped with the bracket, they were all flipping out. They were all like, let me see the bracket, let me see the bracket. And I was telling everyone, those aren't the brackets, those aren't the brackets.
I just can't comment on VXG. I don't remember them. Don't care about VXG, honestly.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Shang Tsung. God damn it.
Yeah, a lot of people are. A
Yeah,
lot of
that
people.
sucks.
A lot of people are waiting on their. Yeah, let's talk about VXG. Where's VXG's money?
Wait for
That's
it.
another day. That's another day.
Where's that? Rolando, Triforce? Oh, that's right. Triforce spent all that money. That's right. I forgot about that.
Anyway, moving on.
That's a different show, and I want to
yeah.
be back here for that show.
That's a different show, and I have to be back for that one because
Dude,
I don't have to be back.
That event's amazing. That event is more of a blow up than anything we're talking about on this show, in my opinion. Maybe, I don't know.
it
But
shouldn't.
anyway,
it shouldn't be
so
a blow up, but
Well, people should be paid.
Let me. Yeah, they should be paid. Let me.
No,
Just
let
say.
me ask this.
Okay.
Let me ask this to all of you. All right, now again, we all talk about pools and rigging and all this.
Yep.
Is that a crime worthy of ban from tournaments?
Is rigging?
rigging on a bracket, yes.
Yeah.
So
If you support rigging of brackets and stuff like that, because it's like if you see something happen and you don't say anything,
That's why
then-
we're here.
yeah, that's exactly why we're here. And this basically goes back to why you two are banned right now. Because you guys,
I didn't rig a bracket. What are you talking about?
I understand you didn't rig a bracket, but the thing is, you saw something and you could have said something. And I understand, yes, you didn't know who Big E was, but at that point of time, should have made it a point to find out someone, Zach, anybody,
You're right.
other
But
than Combat Network to talk to.
Well, I can't go back and relive that moment.
I
If I would, I
understand you
would.
can't.
And we can't either, dude. That's
I
the
know, but I understand that, Mike. Which is why. Do you know why I'm on this call? I have so many fucking things I need to be doing right now. Not this. Not. Although I'm got all this shit I got to take care of and do, and this and that. You know, I'm sitting in a Kroger parking lot right now. I got to buy some groceries for God's sakes. Anyway. Get my thoughts together. I'm here because I care. I'm here again. This starts in April. I'm still here on a fucking Skype call on a show, putting myself out there. I'm admitting some things that I did wrong, but the patch stuff was shock, and I tell him I should have did that with Big E and everything. That's fine. I'm here because I care. I'm here because I want to work this out. I'm not here to further the problem. I'm here because people had questions. They want to know what this whole thing's about. I'm here to tell everything. I hope I've told everything. But you know who's not here? You know who's not here? Larry and Big E.
But now again, this goes back to you released, that which was a private conversation between all of us, trying to work it out. And
I understand people can be upset,
and you used it as basically a weapon to use against people.
What would you do?
But then you're sitting there and you're saying you're trying to work it out. That's where my confusion is. By doing that is not trying to work it out.
Okay, James, what should I have done?
Continue to talk. Play fucking Palestine, Israel, whatever it takes. But at least continue to talk. You don't have to throw rocks and missiles at each other.
Hold on, but no, real talk. How can you talk to somebody who doesn't even know who you are? Like, how do you talk to someone who doesn't even know who you are or who they banned? They just did it because someone said it. And by the way, the other thing is, you even said it yourself. You said, Pig, you've done all you can. You've reached out to them. You put yourself out there. You're trying. You said this to me in a text. You're in the PM. You saw what I said. Yeah, and 9 days went by. 9 or 10 days went by, and these guys didn't respond to any of that. So, James, what's the next step? Yeah, releasing a private PM to show everybody. I'm releasing a private PM to show people, why it is I am banned. I've showed people. I've tried to work it out with these people. I'm trying to fix being banned. I'm like, look, everybody, look, community, look, I've reached out to them. Look at this. Do community, releasing the PM. It's a dick move. Yeah, I take full responsibility for that, and it's all me. It's not Bit. I told them to do it. So,
but you listen. You can
James, how else do I get their attention?
You could. I understand. You just keep talking into trying to address them.
Dude, I don't have. Listen.
If you have time to play a fucking game that ain't worth dick, you have time to try and address somebody. It's a fucking video game. I'd rather spend my time focused.
I actually don't have time. I played once in 2 weeks. So, whatever.
A text message is simple. It's annoying. But, if you want to act as a leader of the community, that's what a leader does. A leader doesn't turn around. A leader doesn't turn around and basically say, well, since they're not listening to me, I'm just going to spill everything out and try to embarrass them.
Well, a leader doesn't kiss ass and suck dick to get attention either. And I'm not one to do that. And you know what I'm not going to do is take any more, man. I've tried for 4 months. I have a threshold, and I have reached it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to show everybody all my attempts and conversations on Facebook and yada, 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 and PMs at TYM. Just say, hey, guys, you're all, even you, James, you're all blowing me the fuck up because I don't support East Coast tournaments. Well, guys, here it is. I'm trying to support your goddamn tournaments, and these guys won't fucking talk to me. The only thing they'll say to me is, oh, we're grown-ups. We're big men. We're big men. I get kind of tired of hearing that when they can't handle a situation like big men. They can't talk to somebody. They can't work out an argument. And, you can play this card that you're playing right now all you want. But, dude, I've done all I fucking can. I'm not about to get on the TYM boards and text. I'm not going to suck some dick, man. I'm telling you right now. I've done all I can do.
Fine. That's fine. But like I said,
you're asking me to kiss ass.
I'm not asking you to kiss ass. I'm asking you to be the bigger man, as you're saying.
I was, and I reached.
You were, so you gave up a point. Man. So now you don't. So now you don't have to be the big man. You want to act like a fucking child.
No, what I want is for these guys to get on this call with me and to talk about these issues in front of everybody. I'm not, everything that I said in those private PMs, I'm happy about. I stand by 100%. Even the good things, the bad things, and everything. I don't care who sees it. I want people to see it. Why don't they feel that way, James? You think they might be not wanting people to see that they're not reaching out to me and try to reconcile things?
No.
You ever thought about that?
No, not at all. Because, well, the way I saw it, it has nothing to do with what the content was. It was the fact that we all agreed to keep this private. That
I
was
didn't
what
agree.
Storm. Well, okay, so you're gonna play tit for tat.
Well, I'm just saying, I agree. I mean, this is an issue that affects the large part of the community, the community at large, and this is a community issue. And I mean, I'm trying my ass to fix it. I've tried everything, and this is me just. I mean,
what is your solution?
my solution is to say, you know what? I've done wrong. You've done wrong. This guy's done wrong. We've all done wrong. Let's get it out there in the middle of the table.
Okay.
We could choose to talk. Hold on, let me finish my solution. We can talk about it, or we can choose not to talk about it. My perfect world scenario. This is just my perfect world scenario. Would be, we say, all right, guys, we all fucked up. The internet. If we were to fix this, we just need to look at each other and learn how to work with each other, learn how to gain respect back with each other. Slow. I know it's a slow process. But I would love to talk with Shock. I would love to talk about these issues, where I was wrong, where he was wrong, how we can grow stronger together, move forward. I would love to talk with Larry and Shin about both things. Hey, this is where I got upset. Well, Pig, this is where you fucked around and messed up, and I'm upset. And then, well, I would say, how can we bridge this together? How can we bring this community back to where we were in 2012? 2012, 2013 era, early. And I would want to talk to them about how can we put this bridge back together and just work together as a community. How can we get the East Coast excited about the West Coast coming back to their tournaments, and the East Coast people traveling back here, and us here? I'm all about getting back to that point. And those are the kind of conversations I would have. Kind of hard to have conversations, James, when you do all the talking, they don't do any of it back. They just threaten you with ups and stuff. I mean, I've tried this approach that I'm telling you about right now. This is nothing new. It's the only way I know how to do this. I mean, that's what I would do. That's what normal people do. They get on a phone, they meet face to face, and they sit there and they talk about these issues. And they say exactly what I say. How can we learn to work together again and learn from our previous mistakes working together or working within the same community together? And that's what people do. And that's what they're not willing to do. That's not what they're not wanting to do. That's why I'm on this call, and none of them are on this call. They don't care, and I do care. And, there's not many more attempts I'm going to try. And the people that are going to suffer the most are the people in the Northeast. And that sucks. Like, I like most of those guys. I don't like some of them, but I like most of them. And it sucks for them.
Well, I mean, it's not going to just be the Northeast, is what I'm saying.
I mean, personally, we can talk about that. I mean, I think it is going to be the majority of the Northeast that's going to be hurt by this, because all of us are still going to go to, SCR, KIT, CEO, Combo Breaker. We're all going to, Frosty Faustings, we're all going to go to those tournaments. We're just not going to go. A lot of people aren't going to go to the Northeast tournaments. It sucks.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it sucks the fact that you have a personal problem, that you guys have personal problems with them, but it's holding back West Coast players and other areas to come to Northeast tournaments.
Yep, I agree, and I don't like that. But they see this, and they don't like it. They think this is stupid, that people just can't work it out. I mean, somebody could, I've had the biggest arguments with people, like, growing up, and currently, and last year, and, 5 years. But you know what? Whether I'm wrong or it's his wrong or whatever wrong, it seems to always work things out when you kind of grow. You grow from it. These guys aren't willing to grow. And it's not like they're perfect, man. We're not the only people in the wrong here. I would say it's evenly divided. And I want to talk about that. Privately, but they don't want to talk privately. So that's why I made it a public thing.
I mean, like I said, I'm not. I asked you to take the civil approach, which you did. But I don't know. I don't have an answer. I mean, how do you think the Northeast is going to be hurt?
I think the Northeast will be hurt because I would say 6. All right, it starts with this, and let me finish, and they're going to try to blow it up. But 6 EVO finalists are not going to be going. It's 2014. 6 of the EVO top 8 finalists are not going to Northeast events because of this. And and the Terry brothers, they spoke up. They said they're not, this is stupid. They're not going to support these events. And then that all of GGA, which is like about 20 people, all the Chicago mid-scene, half of Florida, half of the Atlanta guys, not all, because not all of them like me. So what? Who cares? But most of them like me, and they might not go. I've already been told by a lot of people they're not going to go, and I'm not advocating this, James. I'm not advocating this. I'm not saying, this or that.
And
but
then that with you saying that right there, that's a step in the right direction. Telling these people, don't just regardless to what's going on with myself and 16-bit.
Yeah.
Don't base your decision of an event based off of my liking. I've gone to events that I thought sucked, but everybody else thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I've also had it the other way around.
James, I'll tell you this. There's a Flash player online that was like, Tay, I really need your help. I want you to help me get ready to blow some people up at Summer Jam. He's like, can you help me or whatever? And I was like, yeah, let's play. So I was playing him online on Xbox, and he was like, yeah, I haven't told you about it. I'm going to Summer Jam. I'm really excited about going. I want to blow this guy up, because they don't expect me coming. So we played like 4.5 hours about, I think, like 2 weeks ago. It was like the last series I played. And, I thought he was going to do really well, this and that. And then he heard about all this. Listen, I don't know this guy personally. I don't even know his first name. I know characters he's played in previous games. I don't know him. We don't talk at all. And he told GGA Saucy Jack the other day that, dude, I can't support these tournaments if they're going to treat our top players and representatives like this. I was like, yeah, Pig's not perfect, but these guys aren't perfect either. But if they can't handle this situation like adults, I don't want to go. And that sucks. But you know what? If these guys would just step up and do what I'm trying to do and just work it out, conversations and things like that wouldn't exist. This guy is having a work trip to Philadelphia. He's going to be in the area, and he's choosing not to go and support it. He's still going to be there for work, but, and you can ask this guy, actually, I'll text you his name. You send him a PM. Did Pig advocate me not to go? Actually, I told GGA Saucy Jack to get back at him on Facebook and the RM message board or whatever they have and say, please go to this tournament, because I believe he will blow people up. I want this guy to go blow people up. But, you can ask any of them. I don't want to say his name on the thing because I don't want people messaging him.
You don't have to.
Him up. But I'll text you. Please hit him up on TYM and ask him to verify what I just told you. I have not talked to this guy other than matchup advice in the past, 5 years.
So all right. So we always hit around the actual. What if I'll be Big E for a day?
Okay.
What do you want changed at the event?
Well, you have to go back to the initial issue. Mike kind of said it in a weird way. Ever since final round, his wording, they ran tournaments really well. Ever since final round, he called final round a fluke. It could be. But ever since, I can't argue with what he said there. They might all have ran really well since final round. But I also feel like they ran well because maybe we made such a big deal about it. We might have had 33, 40%, influence on that part, but damn well, if we did anything to put pressure on them to make sure they have a better event, then I feel like we kind of succeeded. The initial issue was the whole KN running the tournament well or not. They're doing that now. So apparently, from what Mike is saying, there was an issue at ECT, but apparently it was out of their control. And
the issue was the venue. The venue had no Wi-Fi, but we used our 4G card.
No. I'm talking about Oxygen Plan as a training partner first round.
Oh yeah, but Witness didn't pre-rich.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying there was that thing out of your control. Yeah. That's the only thing I heard about. But what I would want from Big E, I'm pretend you're Big E. I'd say, hey Big E, this is what caused it. Somehow we got here. Why can't we just talk now and promise each other to support each other, work together? I start promoting your events. I do all I can to get everyone to go to TFC and NEC. I want to go out there and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go support Injustice for these events. Let's make it hype. I'll have my, I sent 3 people to final round for free through my online tournaments. I sent 2 people to Evo for free on the online tournaments. I'll start doing that for NEC. I'll promise you now. I'll do it for NEC. I'll do it for TFC. I'll promote that shit. I'll get more people to your events that can't financially go to begin with. But if they win this tournament online, they can. And I even had a really cool idea. I was going to have a tournament that says, online tournament, you've never made top 8 in your life in any game. Tournament is open to each player for $5. And the winner is a take-all, but you have to go to NEC. You have to show me proof of registration and proof of travel, like, flights or whatever. And if I know you, I don't need all that. Like, I just trust people. But I did the same thing with Final Rounds, did the same thing with Evo. Worked out really well. All people showed up to advance. Actually, one of the guys who won the online tournament to go to Evo for free was Sonic Fox, who now I regret putting him in that tournament because he beat me in grand finals. But anyway. Yes. Oh, actually, this is a funny statistic. The winner of Final Round that went to the tournament and the winner to Evo that went to the tournament both knocked me out of the tournament. So that's actually kind of funny. I need to stop doing these tournaments. Maybe these tournaments are a bad idea because Orochi was at Final Round and Sonic Fox was at grand finals at Evo. But yeah. So anyway, I would just talk to BE and just say, this is where it started. This is what I'd like to do. As grown men, I was wrong here. You were not in the know, and I'm sorry that I did not put you in the know initially. And because I didn't, it went on to Final Round, and then that all happened with Larry and I, and then it led to something much bigger. And I would hope that we could all just talk about it and promise each other to work together as a whole for the better of the community, the NRS games and the community, and for the future. And then let's just see where it goes from there, and just promise each other if we ever have any issues, not overreact or exaggerate or start threatening lawsuits or cops or banning, and then just come to talk to each other. And that's it. That's probably what I would say. I think that's pretty reasonable, more than reasonable. I think that's pretty much what I said in a couple of the conversations that didn't get any responses. So, fuck, dude. I don't know what else to say after that. What else can you say?
I mean, after that, you can't say nothing. And
Yeah, after that, you can't really say much.
But I've said that for a while, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what else to do. Hey, East Coast guys, I want to support and promote your tournaments, but I can't.
All right, so I'm not asking you to get down and kiss ass. So
no, that's as far as I get what I just did.
In a nutshell, you're at least sorry for not going to him first.
Yeah, definitely, no question. Sorry about that. Buffer brings up a good point with that. And I'm sorry to Shock about the patch stuff. And that was a big issue there. But that's more on the Xbox servers, the Xbox way of patching and hotfixing. It's a much deeper issue, and I don't expect that.
It got real weird once they were done deals. Like, I think when Ultimate Edition came out, that's when it started becoming a real pain in the ass.
I don't expect those issues to be in future titles, future games, just personally. But that's not a Shock fault, But yeah, I mean, just everything else might not have been Shock, but might have been people under Shock maybe at the time, not anymore. But I don't know, man. It's just so much that it's just, I feel like it's all old news, but it's all manifested and created this band, which is just ridiculous.
It's gotten ugly, and I told you when I talked to you on the phone, this crap's gonna get ugly. That's why, like I said, I really didn't want to bring this shit to the show. It doesn't benefit anybody, but at this point, it you know what? I'll say yes, it can. It definitely can. In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And it's again. I know you and fucking Bit think I hate you. If I hated you, I wouldn't talk to you.
I got some. Come on, all you Northeast guys listening to me.
I mean, your Huckleberry Finn fucking ass does get on my nerves from time to time, but deeming you as hate, nah, I can't go that far.
You get on my fucking nerves too. A lot of times. You get on a lot of people's nerves.
I do that on purpose.
I know, and sometimes I do it on purpose. Yeah, but sometimes I do it on purpose too. So
I do it on purpose. It's pretty great, man.
See, we're on the same boat. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I do
it on purpose too. Fuck it. No, I seriously do though.
So it's called trolling.
It's reverse trolling.
So, James, I don't know what to do. I've done all I can do. Now I got to worry
I
about
think putting it up publicly, you shouldn't have did that.
But hold on a sec. Maybe because we've gotten to where we've gotten on this conversation, accomplished some stuff. I don't know. Maybe it could have been a good move in the end. I don't know. It remains to be seen.
No, understood. Like
the tactic wasn't good though. I do agree with that. But what else could I have done?
Well, right now, I feel like as the can representative right now, I think I've stated my case. What I'm trying to promise to you, a bit, which I told you guys this at Evo, more bit than you. Tune into Summer Jam, DFC, NEC. They're going to be pretty good. Especially with all these pot bonuses we have. We just stocked up on 5 more monitors. I'm telling you, they're going to be good. Whatever, That's all I can say.
Good luck. Hope the event goes well. I've said that before.
Now let me
hope it goes well.
now let me ask you this, because I'm not Eric and I'm not Larry, obviously, but I actually think this turned pretty positive. As much as they're not here right now, they're listening. Everybody listens to my show. Even you, when you bitch and say my show's trash, you still listen.
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't listen to your show very much unless it involves me.
Well, if you want to keep getting being the front page, you'll always be on.
No. I listen to your show when it's interesting and not just like when something good can come out of something. I'll listen to your show, but when it's just, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's just bad. Like actually, I did listen the other night when you guys were talking about the Michael Brown situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really good. That was the first time I thought, like, what Trey Pound said. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually really agreeing with what Trey Pound's saying. Like, this is really good. I know, I was literally laying in bed. I shouldn't have been listening because I was like laying in bed with my wife, like trying to go to sleep. And I was like, God, I really need to sleep, but this is kind of interesting. And I was like, oh my God, I'm agreeing, I'm shaking my head. Yes, everything Trey's saying. I was like, I've never done that. But anyway, I thought it was fun.
So what if, all right, now, I seen the free pig, I had a free OBS back in the day, so I can kind of sympathize with you. But what if it was a short-term ban? It's still better than not because obviously there's during that short term, things get worked out.
Like elaborate. What are you talking about?
Like say a 6-month ban.
Let's say you're just banned from the events. You're banned from Summer Jam and TST, but you can come back at NEC.
Yeah, something like that sounds good.
But I think the NEC is when the new season starts, right? Like the new Evo season.
When you say NEC?
I think NEC is when the new...
NEC is normally around the time when the new Evo season kicks in.
Yeah.
Like this is all like either preseason or postseason.
Yeah. I agree. They, like 2011, 2012, man, they didn't count NEC for like the Evo, seedings or whatever you say. But last year they did. So I would say, yeah, NEC is probably the start of the season, as it should be, because NEC is always a big event.
All right. I feel like I have established myself well. If you have any more questions, I can answer them now before I bail out of the show.
Yeah.
When do you go to AA?
Hey man, 6 months sober.
Hey, I'm all for the ban until NEC. I'll say that, but like I personally don't feel like there needs to be a ban. Honestly,
like I said, I ain't making that decision. I'm just throwing it out there because right now it's banned.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
that's
right
fine.
now
I'm doing baby steps towards freedom.
Yeah, listen, even if you unban me or whatever, I'm not coming to Summer Jam. I got to work, and I could come to TFC. It would be hard. It'd be weird. Actually, I could come to TFC because I think I'm home that week. But NEC, still, I don't even know if I can go to that. I actually don't even know if I can go to the event, but I'd like to see if I could, but I'm not going to ask if I can't. If people are saying, we don't want you here. You're banned. We don't want you, Pig. Okay, I'll go to SCR. You know, it's not a big deal. But at the same time, it is kind of a big deal because I think it could affect greater things. I'm not saying I personally affect things. I'm just saying where we've gotten to, the whole situation, the situation itself has and will continue to affect things unless it's resolved. And in no way is that a threat. It's just an actuality, man. Like, you just can't grow a scene by promoting bands just because somebody was very critical of an event. You know, maybe we all just need to talk about that and just move on and it's whatever. You know, it's what I try to do. But anyway, I feel like I'm like regurgitating, you know, constantly, like things have already been said 100 times.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But I kind of want to, I don't know. Whatever.
You got things to do that you want to get done.
Does anybody, like I'm on my phone, been walking the dog, shopping at Kroger, all this shit. People are really freaked out around me. They don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But is there any questions in the stream? Has anyone said, Pig, what about this? When you said that, like, does anybody have anything I have not addressed yet that they're just so unclear about? And I can't. You'd have to read them to me because I'm, like I said,
Yeah.
Man, why do you like turtle cock? I don't understand.
Dude, listen, real talk. You know, dude. Maybe you don't know. I shouldn't have been banned for that. That's what. Come on.
On
the Onion.
I was not personal. I tell you, I swear, it was not personal. I banned people for less.
Listen, I know you guys banned because you guys had a problem with people posting porn on the site, and Google Ads tracks that stuff. And if they find that you're, you know, posting that kind of shit on your site, they'll remove the revenue to your site. I get that. However, the Onion also uses Google Ads, so hold that. I mean,
well, I think that's why the ban's not permanent.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, other people.
Thank you.
I mean, like I said, I'm not like a admin, you know. So I know. Like it's unjust. I let them do their own thing.
Well, why didn't the admin ban me? Why didn't the other mods ban me? Why didn't?
Because I'm definitely the most active moderator. If you go to the Nether Realm, you go to that. Okay. I'm the most active one, and I ask them, "Hey, is this unjust? Is this not done? Is this done incorrectly?" Yeah. And normally I get supported. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is all right. They adjust. They adjust as they go by.
Okay, Mike, but you're the most active, but it took you 8 days to find the thread.
I can't catch everything. Test Your Might has so many posts.
All right.
There's what? Let's see here. How many users are on right now? 322. We got 79 members on a Thursday night. Say like everybody posts, 5 times minimum. That's over 5 posts to watch.
I'm just saying. It took you 8 days. Listen, I'm not. Listen. I'm not even mad about the ban. Really, I think it's ticky tack, all that shit. I think it's really stupid. I was banned for that. I'm not afraid to say that. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I just go by the rules, man. I think it was a funny video, but it's like I ban people for that.
I mean, you did. I mean, you'd have to be some tight ass, like, I don't know, conservative asshole to find that video not to be funny or something. You know?
I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, turtle cock. Yeah, I got it.
Funny video ban. but anyway, I think it's excessive to be banned a month for it, and I it looks suspicious. You guys are banning me a month during all this.
Yeah, I found out about the tournament ban after I banned you. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
right, so
is there any questions?
Yes, actually. Okay. Who's your favorite Golden Girl?
Dude, I don't know.
That's not my generation. I have no.
Dolores.
My wife just took that quiz the other day that said, like, which Golden Girl am I? And I was like, I hope you're none. Because I don't like any of them. I don't know. I'd say 0. I don't care about Golden Girls.
All right, Bifuteki.
Yes.
Do you eat ass?
No.
These are great questions.
This is Ask FM, baby. This is how they do it. The trolls will troll.
No.
But
these never have anything relevant to do with the FGC. They're just pile on questions.
All right. Also,
wait. I have a question for Pig before he goes. If he's gonna leave.
I'm not leaving. I just gotta check out real quick.
Okay. So here's a question, real quickly. Now, given the fact that you and E and Larry have, some sort of a beef going on, would you still promote their events, or would you still not say anything? Would you advocate for people to go to their events, or would you still not say anything or tell people not go?
That's a good question. I'll say, actually, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. 1 second.
Okay. Go ahead with your next SFM. While we wait.
I'm ready.
Hey, ask Pig if he was that creepy hillbilly in the movie Deliverance.
Well, he's not. He's doing something.
All right. Let's see. Now the questions are going to start pouring in. They're all for him, though.
Why? Nobody loves me. Damn.
Yeah, give some Mike questions.
Give Mike questions.
Christ.
I know you guys hate me, so don't ask me nothing.
I mean, like, I'm the Nazi mod. You think somebody would have something? Like.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that's a great question. Not that stupid hillbilly question, but the other question's really good. I'll put it this way. Let's say like Biggie and Larry, they're like, yo, you're banned until like NEC. But if they said, we just don't want you around, we're just going to let things settle down for like 4 or 5, 6, whatever that is, 4 or 5 months, you're banned from our events until NEC. I'd promote TFC. Basically what I'm saying is, they're showing to me that they want to talk to me, and they're showing that there's some communication going, but they're also saying, you know what, we want things to cool down. We want to really see how this goes, but we're gonna let. They said something like, we're gonna let you come to NEC, but not TFC. I'd be like, okay, I appreciate you working halfway with me, kind of meeting halfway a little bit, and to do my part, I'm gonna promote your TFC, and I'll start tomorrow. Like, meaning I would have maybe one online tournament, and the winner would get a free trip to TFC. I'd be more than happy to do that. And even if I wasn't allowed to attend that tournament, I would do it. But if they showed no sign of growth, no sign of want to work with me on anything, just remain silent and stubborn and crazy, then I don't think I would take any time out of my personal life or daily life to do anything. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know if I would do that for anybody or anything. I mean, I don't tend to help people who just shit on me. But like I said, if they would kind of reach out a little bit and say, I think I'm going to let you do NEC, that's probably going to happen, but not this tournament. I meet them halfway too. And I think that would be that's probably a good step.
It's definitely a good step between everybody.
Yeah, it's like, I get it. I get it. And, there's a lot of upset people. And if we could let time heal some things, and also they show the community, hey guys, we're going to let NEC kind of be the reset of things, but we're not going to let him at TFC. But, to see his end of the bargain, he's going to show good faith in the event and promote it and have events and streams talking about the event. Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
What do you think? It's a good idea? Do you think it's a good idea or a good step?
It's a good idea. Yeah. It's a very good idea. That's the whole reason why I asked, because I just wanted to hear what you were saying, hear what you would say towards something like that, because I feel like if you were to still promote, and whatnot, that's showing that you're taking a step into the right direction, and now it's on to them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll take you a step further. And I'm saying this is very possible. Let's say I won NEC. Okay, let's just say, it caught me.
Turtle cock lover, arrest him.
Yeah, turtle cock lover. Sorry. Anyway, let's say I won NEC, and they had that free plane ride to final round or whatnot. I would totally give it to a Northeast player. I would just say, obviously I live in final round, so I don't fucking need it, but I would definitely give it to a Northeast player. So,
I mean, I think, and as we sat here today saying, well, what do I do next? I did everything I could. What you did today actually carries weight. What you've said today actually carries weight.
Well, I continue to keep trying. You know,
and that's what I keep telling you. Even when you were saying to me, I tried everything. I said, no, you didn't. What you just did, you didn't try. You actually said, listen, I went a little too far with this. I went a little too far with that. We sat in the private PM and we said, oh, can't we all just apologize? But we all go, yeah, but we never did.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I hope one of them is listening. If none of them are listening, then I hope someone who knows them is listening. That can say, you know what, Pig was reaching out a little bit more. He was, showing good faith towards this idea that Bifuteki had, and maybe you guys can work with this idea. Maybe someone who knows someone can talk to somebody. But if they can't, then I can't do anything about it. So.
No, if nothing comes about it, then it's just it is what it is. You can't change it, but I think it carries some. I definitely think this carries some weight.
Okay, well that's good. And the only reason why 16-bit's not here is he's at a local. He's at GBS tonight, so otherwise he would be here. He's not. I don't want anyone in the stream chat thinking Pig showed up, Bit didn't. Well, sorry, James, but you picked a random night to have your show, and
you picked a random night to release fucking a YouTube video.
This all started today, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
This is all real-time live action, real TV. Watch live.
Okay, then I give James props for stepping up and doing it.
Why does Pig hate Tom Brady and CD Jr.? That's a question for you.
I personally I don't hate CD Jr. The whole Tom issue was, it's Tom. I don't know. First off, I don't hate Tom. Like, I really don't hate Tom. I don't hate CD Jr. I think CD Jr. says some really, what? Like, he says a lot of things that just makes you go, huh? And, huh? Jr. is somebody who, Jr. and I probably, during the height of MK9, competitively, we go back and forth hardcore with each other. It's all fun, all competitive. There was one or two times it went too far, and, we talked and went back to competing. And then, Junior and I are always back and forth. I don't hate Junior. I think it's dumb to post videos of you lifting weights on Twitter. I think it's kind of a douche. Dude, come on.
I can't argue that.
Dude, listen, I'm back in the gym too, 5-6 days a week. I'm not posting, yo, check out my chest. Who posts that shit? Like, it's just kind of weird. Again, I would blow Junior up about that and keep it fun. He'd probably say, Pig, he'd blow me about, find something to blow me up about, but, Zod's broken. He'd say that. I don't know. As far as Tom Brady goes, yeah, I don't know. Actually, a lot of this Tom Brady stuff is we don't support the East Coast. We down the legitimacy of the East Coast, and it's the same issue that Zyfox had with me. But Zyfox sees me constantly trying to repair this whole thing, and I'm trying to show him and all these other guys, hey, it's not us. We're trying to step out there. Well, it's everybody, and we're just trying to reach out and fix it. But regardless.
This is a question for everybody, apparently. Where is it?
Okay.
What the fuck is it? I just passed it. Guys, you gotta slow down, man. I can't fucking answer them. I can't read them all because the new one just pops up.
Yeah.
I have a very important question. Ask this to everybody on the stream. Can they ask that cocksucker Mikey to shut the fuck up? That's Mikey K. He has been around, so don't ignore that. Who will win a fight? Bruce Lee or 16-bit? 16-bit because Bruce Lee's dead.
Yeah, seriously. How does that work out?
Ask Bifuteki. Does he hope that Spooky and Ark get arrested by the FBI so he can get that CPM?
No, I do not. I'm actually happy that, they haven't gotten arrested. Even though they don't do anything illegal, so whatever.
Question for Pig. How can I grow a mullet like yours?
I don't have one, nor have I ever. Show me a picture of me having one.
Since Mike Feltor left out, question for Mike.
Yes.
There is no question, sorry.
Yeah, god damn. Nobody likes me. No, I've been getting... I posted my Ask FM and people have been just saying stupid shit.
Ask Pig, would he eat dick or get fucked in the ass to be unbanned?
Neither. I would quit fighting games altogether if that was the only way to ever compete ever again. I would just say, you know what? I'll move on to tennis. I'll move back to tennis and music and shit. I've got other things I can compete in. If that was my only way back in. Actually, I mean, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, Pig.
Yeah.
No, it actually says, hey, ask Pig if he was the creepy hillbilly in the movie Deliverance.
I've already said that's the stupidest thing ever. Obviously, I'm not. I'm 32, not 72.
You wouldn't be 72. What year did that come out? That came out in the 70s, though.
Yeah, but that dude at the time was like 30 or 40.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm not that guy. I was born in 82. Yeah.
Pig, Chris
What?
G, or Triforce?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the cancer killing the FGC?
Wait, out of those three, who's the cancer killing the FGC?
Yeah.
Do I have to?
We don't have to answer that one. We know the answer.
Okay, because I mean, I will. I just don't want to.
We ain't picking on Chris G.
I love Chris. Chris and his weird eating. I love Chris.
Question for Bifu. Can he tell me what I need to stream and any tips I should know so I can do the opposite of that?
Those are asshole questions.
Oh, yeah. There's so many of them that are really, really bad that I just can't read. So, Carl, you there?
What's up?
What's up, sir?
Dude, honestly, I have nothing relevant to add to this conversation. I'm just here to listen.
He just wants to hear.
Oh, you just wanted to
He always wants to be in things.
In things.
No, not everything.
Carl, are you going to Summer Jam?
Yeah.
I thought you were. Cool. Are you on TFC?
Probably.
Cool. Nice.
He's going.
I mean, like I said, so, I mean, as much as this was supposed to be a expose the world and everything, again, you are reaching out, you know, so, I mean, that's, I commend it. I know, you know, I'm a little mean to you, but I gotta be mean to you. You're a fucking redneck.
How am I a redneck?
You live in fucking Atlanta.
With a mullet.
Number one, I don't have a mullet.
And when you drink your neck and your face get absolutely beat red. So you're a redneck.
Actually, you know what's funny is I like well, you saw at Evo. I cut all my hair off. I cut off like 12 inches, and it wasn't even a mullet back then. It was just really long.
Why'd you cut it off? Wife told you?
No, actually, the wife was pissed. Oh,
Did she like pulling your hair?
Nah, she didn't like that, but we won't go there. Carl, do you want to pull my hair?
I did until you cut it.
What do you want to take him around the rink 1 or 2 times, roller skating with him?
Yo, you saw that video?
Yeah, I saw the video.
Hey, Carl, I want to go ice skating with you. I don't
know how to ice skate.
Well, if you can roller skate.
Ice skating and roller skating are 2 different things. You can't tell a person that.
Well, ice skating is just, it's like, I don't know, it's like fine tuning roller skating. It's harder, more balance involved. Roller skating is like free, and roller skating's free. It's like you don't have to put too much into it.
Fuck, I can't roller. I can't.
I don't know. Like I don't like having blades on my bot. You know, under me, like anywhere near me. I don't like weapons.
You know what? They're actually thicker than you realize.
Yeah.
People think like it's like razor blades. You're not skating on fucking razor blades.
Well, it's a good point though. Like when you think about that, it's kind of fucked up. You have like blades underneath your feet.
Well, I was like, remember the goalie from fucking Toronto Maple Leafs that got his throat slit?
Yeah.
Actually, I survived, right?
Yeah, he survived. Yeah, career was over, but he survived.
Anyway, so what's next?
I still haven't gotten a damn question.
Yeah, are there more questions?
You want a question? Somebody give Mikey a question, please.
Please?
Mikey, here's a question.
Oh, by the way, real quick. You said King Hippo never travels.
Yeah.
King Hippo actually went to 4 events last year.
Where?
So, hold that, James.
Where?
Oh, he went to Evo. He went to SCR. He went to that big Wednesday night fights thing. I think it was the kickoff tournament. I think, or one of the. He went. The point is, he went 10 hours to support a local. You know, I would say that's supporting and traveling. 10 hours to go to a fucking local. You know, like a big group of him went from Arizona.
I'm just saying, talking about the whole cut across the country thing. I mean, technically, unfortunately, since the West Coast don't have as many events, you know, you kind of spread out more statewide. Like the Northeast, we got ECT, 3 events from Big E, plus the 4 classics still center of the coast. But we got 4 events that are all within, you know, 5 hours to 10 hours as well for most people.
Yeah.
I'm saying going to the West Coast. Like he said, oh, I'm never going to these events. Okay, but you never came. So it's like, you know, it's like you can't.
Well, he's going to final round. He did go to final round.
That's right. He did go to the one final round where he challenged you. I forgot about that.
What
happened with that? Oh shit.
We won't talk about that. I won, but we never played. He gave up. He gave up before it started, but it's whatever. It's all fun. It's cool. He's a good guy.
You know, I mean, it's again, it's like one of the things, and this is the problem with the scene has gotten very, what's the word?
Toxic?
Yeah. The scene.
Wait, are you talking about FGC or just NRS?
NRS.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
You know, it's gotten very toxic to itself with the Injustice versus the MK9 guys and the shit talking. You know, even like back when we were all playing MK9, our shit talk was shit talk, but it's gone to like this different level. It really. I mean, I've popped on and looked at some of these threads sometimes, and I'm like, even on Facebook in the community group, you know, I know Mikey said Scorpion is red, not yellow, and it started a fucking war, and I'm like, you know, are these like 9-year-old kids? It's got there's so much like. When I made the video with PL and with 16-bit and the Cantaloupes, you know, I told Carl, I'm like, I'm not out to fucking hurt you. But now it's like guys just say such mean shit. Now, I'm not a kumbaya guy, but even I gotta go like, you know, don't tell a guy he's free because he lost, or you know, his opinion don't matter because he don't place. You know, that's where it's like, you know, the scene's gotta learn from its past mistakes. You know, when that shit happened, people stopped going to events. You know, if I got Pig telling me every day I suck at the game, well, guess what? Then I don't want to fucking travel. Now, I'm not telling you to give some guy fucking blow smoke up his ass, you know, and tell him he's great knowing he sucks just so you can get some money out of him in the fucking pot. But, you know, it's really toxic to itself. You know, yes, the TYM, you know, thread deletions, you know, even with this conversation, you know, other conversations, shit just magically disappears. You know, if it's deemed toxic. It's just, I don't know, I just see the scene transforming into like this very pansy-ish mentality, I guess. Is pansy-ish even a word, or did I just make that up?
You made it up.
I made it up. It's a good word, though. It's a good word, though. Pansy-ish. Where, you know, guys just got to accept everybody for what they are. And I mean, I like the competitive side, but, you know, at the end of the day, you're still trying to be friends. What?
I just read something.
What?
PDP sponsors Empire Arcadia.
Yeah, I was reading that.
Is that serious?
So we have a sponsor sponsoring.
Wait, is that legit?
No.
It's legit.
It's legit.
Where?
Why?
Maybe they can get they have to play
Wait.
Ultra with the MK PDP sticks now.
Wait.
Fuck that.
Okay, let me explain something, okay? Because this gets misconstrued a lot. When somebody says that they sign a partnership deal with, let's say, PDP or Astro or something like that, a lot of times it's not monetary.
When you say Astro, you mean Astroglide?
What's Astroglide?
Lotion.
No. So Astro headsets. Like, you know, that Astro gaming headset.
I'm just kidding. I'm just checking.
Anyway, a lot of times it's just product. It's never a monetary sponsorship. So what the sponsorship entails is they give them headsets or they give them controllers, and they basically have to use them. If one doesn't gain more business out of the other, then that sponsorship is pretty much gone. So we don't know exactly what type of level this is, but knowing PDP is just a hardware sponsorship.
Like when Elgato gives away all their fucking...
Yeah, like when Elgato deals with all of these teams in FGC, and they're all like, oh yeah, I got a sponsorship, and then all they got was like 4 capture devices, and that's it. 4 capture devices. Wow, you just got $500 worth of product.
Hey, speaking about Astro Pig, that amp that you have, do you still have it?
Which app?
The one that they... Yeah.
The one that what?
The amp that Astro makes.
Yeah.
Oh, the Astro amp?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I use it all the time. Why?
Because, like, I'm, like, trying to find out, like, okay, how to use it, because I want to buy one.
It's great.
Yeah, I know. I remember using that MLG, but, like, does it... Okay, because my biggest gripe when I was using, like, SteelSeries stuff with Fnatic, I would have to plug in this component cable thing in the back of the system and then, like, plug it into the Asus monitor. Yeah, no, the USB, the Asus monitor, and the Xbox. And the Astro, do I just plug it into the USB?
No. The Astro,
you still have to get the audio from somewhere. Yeah, you have to either use the optical or the red and white.
Yeah, the best thing to do is like on the back of the PS3, PS4, Xbox One, all that good stuff. There's a place to plug in the optical, so you just plug in one cable, optical, and then you plug in a USB, and you're good to go.
Okay, because they make you plug in like 3 different things.
No.
Okay.
This is like a 2-step process. And like you can I always recommend plugging in the USB to the back of the console, so you're not like interfering with the front USB ports for the controllers. So yeah, just plug both cables in the back of the system. You're good to go.
Okay.
It works really well. I have 0 complaints. The only thing I would complain about that would be the Astros are pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's like 120 or something like that.
Well, I think I paid like 150, 160 for mine. It was definitely one of the most expensive accessories.
Yeah, the amp by itself is like 150, close to 200. The headsets with the amp go for like 250.
No, I just use my iPhone headset and stuff.
All right, guys. I think, like I said, I think I'm done here. I've made my point. Pig, I hope things work out between you and the 2 big cheeses. Combat Network will kind of go behind what I said. We're just going to run good tournaments. We would like people to attend. We're hoping people attend. We're planning for people to attend. So there's that. Anything else before I go, though? I say it now.
Yeah, I got a question.
I hope people attend Summer Jam.
Okay, thank you. What's up, James?
How many cards have you shoved?
0.
That's a question. Yeah, you wanted a question, so.
There you go. I'm glad. I'm happy now.
You got one.
I'm so glad. All right, see you guys.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
So, again, I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. I wish 16-bit, was able to make. I didn't, like I said. Trust me. I got home from work at 9:40. Doing a stream was not what I was coming home to do. But I mean, I again, it's. I'm not. I don't want to beat this thing, senseless, but it's. I don't want to see you guys banned from events. I don't want to see the scene get stifled down because of division. Our scene is kind of shitty as it is in the sense that we don't get those ridiculous numbers unless it's like an Evo. We get 100 to 120 people. That's a successful event for us. I wish it was more. I wish it was.
Hey guys, right now, DOA has more than Injustice and MK. Summer Jam.
Yep.
Isn't that like a big bonus?
Yeah, there's 1,000. It's basically free entry and $1,000 pot bonus.
And
I'm not
KIT's free
mistaken.
entry, and TFC, they're giving and they're giving out free pizzas.
I
at Summer Jam.
can't wait to blow you up, Carl.
Why?
And fucking DOA.
Oh, okay, I'm ready.
I'm using that chick.
That chick.
That chick. The one.
That's usually not a good sign.
The Asian-looking one.
That's not a good sign either.
Basically, DOA 5, the top 2 players.
Oh, wait. Since it's 3D, the blonde with big boobs.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna be James. I'm gonna beat you in Mortal Kombat 9 with that ninja.
Oh, that ninja?
Yeah, with that ninja, Mortal Kombat 9.
You mean Tremor? That was another argument I seen. People are begging for Tremor. Begging for him. I'm like, no. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
You're not going to see a Tremor. He should be in the game. I'm like, why? He was in the PSP version. I was like, it was a joke. You just can't accept the fact that certain characters will never appear in the game. Kenshi's actually going to be able to see now.
He's got eyesight again?
He's got eyesight. Now he's going to be all fucked up, though, because for the last 20 years he's been blind. So now that he's got his eyesight, he's all uncoordinated. So your ninja's going to suck. And he has an obsession for turtle dick.
Well, you know what? You know who's not going to suck?
What? Baraka?
It's me. I'll find somebody.
You're going to hop on the Baraka wagon, aren't you?
No. I've got 2 characters I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for the Shinnok announcement. I'm waiting for the Kenshi announcement. If neither 2 of those characters are in the game, I'm going Kotal Khan. We'll see.
I don't like Kotal Khan. I don't even like the way he looks, to be honest.
I love how mad he looks. I can embody that character. I have to use a character that I can get into the personality of him. So we'll see.
I mean, I don't know. Kano looked pretty interesting. Raiden definitely looks interesting. I don't know the style. I'm glad they put in the multiple styles because it's going to force people to learn a lot more matchups. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of fucked up matches, so people are going to be forced to learn other styles.
MKX looks amazing. There's nothing about that game that raises a red flag. Everything looks perfect. I wish them well, and I hope the game does really well, and I'm going to be the first one to get it. I'm excited.
The first one?
I've already pre-ordered.
For what? What's this?
PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS3.
What about Game Boy?
That's a good question, James. What about Game Boy?
Game Boy version, man.
I'm going to play every single person on every console and be ready. I don't even have a PS4 yet, but I'll have one by then.
Alright, let me see here. Let me add this guy in here. Here's a quick question. What did he ask? Sub-Zero Smoke Rain said, do you think... Oh, it's a question for you, actually. Do you think that giving others in the community more voice wouldn't have left you in bit being singled out?
Yeah, I think a lot of people tried to voice their opinion, and like I said, in that thread that Legion created about Fun Around, within like 4 days it was closed. I think things like that are better to be left open because, when you shut people out like that, you're shutting them off. And, Fantastic, one of the KN staffers at Final Round told this guy, well, why do you matter? You went 0-2. In other words, why should we listen to you? You went 0-2 at Final Round. He's a KN staffer telling somebody who paid over $500 that weekend to come to Final Round. That's a problem. You can't do that.
No, you can't.
And, and right after that comment, maybe like a day later, the thread was closed. And, that guy's in the armed services. That guy's stationed in Germany right now.
Who?
You're going to tell a fucking guy
the guy that
fights. You can't tell a guy who fights for our country, why do you matter? You went 0-2. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
anyway.
I agree. That's the type of mentality that cripples the scene. Is the berating of players based on their skill. Who cares how somebody plays? That's probably the only issue I really ever had with Bit is that whole stock thing. I didn't like it because it left people out.
Yeah,
Well,
I saw it and I kind of felt like it was kind of a.
Counterproductive.
It is. It basically you're pushing people down. I mean, yeah, it causes other players to open their eyes and start playing better or to wake them up, but it could have been done in a different way.
There's a line.
well, you know, I think it's funny. It's meant to be funny, but I also think it is kind of serious. At the same time, I was blown up for a year, and then I didn't have any problem with it. I got blown up for a year, and then I started doing really well, and then it's whatever.
Yeah, but did it motivate you, or you were motivated either way?
No, I'm motivated either way. I don't need motivation, and I mean, I'm always motivated. I'm motivated to wake up out of the bed. I'm motivated to have the best shower tomorrow morning. That's who I am. But I mean, I see where it could hurt growth or hurt the scene or upset feelings. That sucks. I mean, he's not really trying to do that. He's actually trying to do it to make it more hype, to kind of build storylines throughout the scene, see where they go. But and sometimes people get really hurt by it, and I understand both sides of the coin.
I mean, for me,
but Sub-Zero Smoke Rain's question about like the voice and stuff. Yeah, man. I mean, like everyone needs to be able to have a voice. Everyone needs in the community needs to feel like they have a voice. So, I agree with that.
I mean, as far as the stock thing, like I said, for me, it's like you get a lot of people that just plain ain't good. And to be told it, or, being left out of the reindeer games, I think at the end, it turns people away from the community, not brings them toward. Now, obviously, if you make the list, I mean, somebody will get butthurt, oh, what do you mean my stock went down? But, being part of it still makes them feel like they're included. Just being, in the top 20 of the stock market, they go, it don't matter, I'm still top 20.
Well, I mean, all right, two things here. He only blew up top players that go into tournaments with expectations. And then, let's say you have no expectations and you went into a tournament and you ended up blowing everybody up, including top players. Then he actually would give you hella props and stock. And it's more like an initiation, like, great job, great job getting top 8 when no one else expected it. And he like pumped those guys up. But then he treats them with the same amount of, validation that he would treat with any other top player at that point. And it's equal game. So he never, I mean, like, Bit never found a guy that went 0-2 that was an unknown player and said, oh my God, why would you even come to this tournament? You went 0-2. He never did that. He blew people like me up. He blew people like Carl up. He blew Junior up. He blew like, Rio, blew the top players up when they did do well. But it was all, that's, James, it's also kind of what you do. You keep us in check. It's almost like a checks and balances type thing. Now if Rio or Junior or Tom or me or whoever went out to a tournament and did really well, he pumps them up. So it's kind of a report card in a weird way. So it's whatever, man. I mean, like, he never picks on the little guy. I mean, never picks on, like...
No, I'm not saying that he's picking on the little guy, but it's like, you got people that, come into this scene with expectations, and maybe they come up short, and it's like, it almost, like you said, it's an initiation to that level, but it makes the other, I mean, like, I can't even tell you how many people hit me up that, I never heard of them. They're not Test Your Might people, or they are now, and I even went into the forums, and I'm like, I don't know 90% of these kids now. And I see them coming and going, and if they're not included in that, like, I'd like to see, if you're going to do it across the board, but do it in a way that, do it like with, what's his name did, with the A-League and the B-League.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But check it out. There's a couple of unknown players that had beat me at locals that he's pumped up because of that. And, I mean, of course, I'm upset that I lost to someone, or someone that was not a top player. But I also appreciate the props that they're given by Bit and stuff like that. And they appreciate that, too. So it swings both ways. I mean, but I see what you're saying. Maybe there's a better way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it doesn't. At the end of the day, it don't bother me. I'm not on it. Even if I was, I'd be like, eh. You know, it's just it is what it is.
Well, we could blow you up about a couple of things. The stock market doesn't have to be competitive tournaments only. It could be like Triforce. He's been on there. He's got blown up many times.
Triforce was on there.
I think something like that. Like if Triforce got caught, you know, sending dick pictures to like preteens and shit like that, then I think he got blown up one time. Did he get caught doing something like that?
No, here's what happened. He was talking to some girl. He got catfished, and I don't know. He said it was somebody like sent like a dick pic to this girl or something, and the girl wasn't real. She was actually some guy or something. So she tried to expose Triforce basically.
Oh well, I mean, still stock down.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
You had a bad weekend, buddy. Stock down. You know? But again, the stock trade, you know, I'm sorry top players get butthurt, but they get blown up for not doing well. You know, if you don't do well this weekend. Yeah, but you know what? It's the same thing. I know I'm not even trying to say it's the same level, but like, you know, what's his name? Robert Griffith. Let's say Robert Griffith III goes out opening day, gets fucking wrecked. Bad decision making, 4 interceptions, just wrecked. Sacked, didn't learn his lessons about staying in the pocket. And what's going to happen for the next 7 days? He is going to get his ass blown up. Okay? It's kind of the same thing, but much smaller.
Yeah.
Way. So I'm sorry. You know, and nobody's talking about TJ Yates sitting on the bench. No one's talking about him. But you know what? When he went into the game, when Matt Shaw went down and won 3 straight, they were talking about him. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a good way to boost. It just doesn't, you know, when you look at the overall scene, because there's so many new faces, and you know, obviously Injustice brought a lot of new faces to the scene.
Tons, which is good.
Yeah, it is. Now,
but
seeing it transfer though over to numbers is not what we're seeing, and that's the problem that I see. It's like we still have the same amount of turnouts as we were towards the middle/end of not actually the middle of MK9's life to now. We're still holding at that 100 to 128 people.
Well, I would say at this point, MK9 was doing better than Injustice was doing this deep into the game. A lot of factors go into that, but you know, Mortal Kombat is an established franchise since 1992, whereas Injustice is here we go, we're going to try a new franchise, and it was very successful and still is successful. You know, financially, it wasn't the tournament successful, so whatever. I mean, I'm sorry it wasn't as successful as Mortal Kombat. But what this does for NRS community, NRS games as a whole, is just builds it back up for MKX. And I think a lot of those Injustice people will pick up MKX. The Mortal Kombat guys who dropped it will come back, and it'll be all for the better. And that's one of the reasons why you patch up all this stuff. You know, before that point happens, it gets too late.
Like I said, very admirable. I'm glad you came on to actually talk it out. You know, I mean, it's something that, contrary to what people think, even though I voted to keep you banned.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Why did you vote for me to remain banned?
There wasn't enough people that were voting. I had to fucking be the
one
opinion. I mean, it was me and Jimmy Potato.
Stock down.
Stock up. Come on, man.
Stock down, JamessMK.
It couldn't be 100%. Jimmy Potato voted too when he voted to keep you banned. And there was one other player. I think there was 3.
Well, I think I don't know what. I think it was like 90-7.
Oh, there's more. See?
90-7.
The trend. Everybody on Test Your Might, vote to make sure he stays banned forever.
Well, if you do that, you're being counterproductive. But people are welcome to vote however they wish.
Well, the vote doesn't change anything either way, so I just want to see the numbers get like neck and neck. I want one person, and then when you get unbanned, you get to vote, and you could be the deciding vote. And you'd be like, "Nah, ban me again."
That'd be tight.
I still didn't see your turtle dick, but you know, I gotta go look that up. I didn't look at it because
it's really funny. Why don't you go click on it? It's actually worth watching.
I was gonna go check it out right now. Let's see what we got. Actually, I ain't gonna put it on here. I don't need to get fucking natives crying that I'm getting fucking flagged by Twitch again. again.
Is Nada still on?
Nah, he left.
Went to sleep.
Huh?
He went to sleep.
Did Natus like our voice impression of him?
No, because it sounded too much like me. But yeah, he did actually. I'm like
potatoes.
I don't know. I told him already. I said, dude, we both smoke, but you sound like you smoke like 100 packs. You come on the show sometime, you're snorting and fucking clearing your throat. I'm like, dude, that's just so annoying. We've been together too long already. Michael Bay gives fans sneak peek at Ninja Turtles. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, no, that's it. All right, I'm actually viewing the chat. I'm viewing the chat now. So, does anybody have any questions on that I didn't touch on?
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, James, you need to watch that. You need to watch that.
I'm looking at it right now.
You gotta admit, it's funny. Be real. I got banned a month for that. Carl, have you seen it?
What, the movie?
No, the Onion's parody of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No.
Is it on your channel?
Is it on my channel?
I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, put the link in the chat. Everybody go view it. It's actually worth it. It's funny.
You have to simulate light reflecting off their wet scrotums. Even a slight
let's see.
And those ninja moves weren't just all zeros and ones. Real martial arts experts strapped into motion captured turtles.
Claude, I see Claude in the chat. He said, "Come to Summer Jam anyway. You can stay in my room."
Since 1984,
I can't. I'm working. I'm actually going out of town tomorrow for like 4 days.
To cartoons to live action movies, but
I gotta work. And I'll be back Monday, so Tuesday. We will be old men together.
My fucking chest is killing me. That was not good. Really? Turtle dicks?
Pig, what are you ready and willing to apologize to Larry Shimblanka for? So Zero Smoke Rain says because apparently that's what his demand is. Let's see. That's a good question because the whole Larry Shimblanka issue, I didn't trash Final Round. I never said Final Round is a terrible event. What I said was, and he probably thinks I said that. What I said was, NRS games at Final Round was a terrible experience. And Larry needs to understand that it wasn't just me. It was tons of people, many people, and I was just the figurehead for it. I would say, Larry and I had like an agreement prior to the tournament that was, that I used to promote the event, and it didn't happen, so it made me look like an asshole. So then I was upset with Larry about lying to me and not being clear with me or talking to me about that. Larry and I would just have to talk to each other. We would just have to talk to each other, and so we're clear with each other of where we got to where we are now. And I don't know what I would apologize for. I guess I could apologize to him for not spending more time and effort coming to find him to sit him down to talk about it closer to the time. I mean, I could apologize for that, but I'm not gonna apologize for blowing up that weekend's tournaments and how they were ran. The NRS games. It's all NRS games. But I'm sure everything else Final Round wise went real well. But fact of the matter is, NRS games at Final Round did not, and that's been acknowledged. So I don't know. I just feel like we need to talk. And that's it. If he wants to talk, he won't write back. That's the best way I can answer that. Homely, I'll have dinner with you when I get back. Anytime. I get back like Monday. Homely's my boy.
White privilege. Claude Von Stroke apologizes for white privilege. Oh God, fucking late. I gotta get up. I'm not gonna stay on much later, guys, because my ass has got to be up at 4.
I'm I'm joking when I say this, but I apologize to Larry Shimblanca for not winning final round for Atlanta. I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's a joke.
What happened at Evo since I got you here? How'd you get bodied so bad against fucking Sonic Fox? The second time around.
Yeah, first off, I got second at Evo. Hold that.
It don't matter.
And I had the Jupiter.
Who cares who lost the Super Bowl? They only care who wins.
Dang. If you're not first, you're last.
Mr. Motivation, Mr. I'm coming for you, is accepting second place?
No, I didn't say I'm accepting. I'm saying I'm very happy with getting second and losing to someone who supported the game from day one, whereas I didn't. I supported the game since day 180, and I had my negative stance with the game, not being positive about the game. So to lose somebody who never ever said one negative word about injustice on like 99% of the community, it's an honor to lose someone like that. Because to lose to someone who just loves the game to no end, and vice versa. I mean, it's fine. It's almost perfect. Like it's almost a perfect ending.
Well,
I beat him 3-2. He beat me 6-0.
Very noble. I want you to finish your thought, but I want to be in Pig's mind, and that second time around when you're in grand finals with him and it's just not going the way you want. Was there like a lot of fucks going through your head, or was it like, what do I got to do? Should I kick this kid off his chair? I mean, what was actually going through your mind when it was going on?
Yeah. What was going through my mind was I couldn't refocus. I was in such a hella great place from like the first round of the tournament up until the end of winners finals, and I could never get back to that level of focus that I was at. And so many things I told myself to not do, and so many things I told myself to definitely do versus him, I didn't do once. I to this day have not gone back and watched that footage because I can't, because I know how pissed I'm going to be, because I know what I did. I know exactly what I did wrong. I know everything about that matchup I did wrong, and that's why I don't even need to watch it. I don't want to watch it because I know what to do in the matchup, and I know I did everything opposite in the run back. And I just never adjusted. So it's fun, but it's you lose. Congratulate him. Fox is awesome. Do you know Fox and I have been friends, like good friends, for 4 or 5 years, and that's the first time we've ever played in tournament. Was Evo Grand Finals. It's tight.
You didn't play tournament NEC that year you guys came?
Never, man. Like I got him into tournaments. Like I told him to go to these tournaments. We never played one match, any game, and the first time was winners finals, grand finals of Evo. It's awesome. And he beat me. To lose someone like that for the reasons I stated, it just makes sense. It's good. So it's whatever.
No, it's always next year. Fifth.
Wait.
Go ahead, Fifth.
Oh, Pig, did you have 8 a.m. pools at Evo?
Did I have 8 a.m. pools?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I did.
So did you cheat your way because you had the unpatched, non-hotfix version?
No, I sat there for 4 hours and let them patch it.
Oh man, because I heard one dude, he was like, "Oh sweet, it's unpatched. Now I can do the back girl infinite." No,
it does actually. It unpatched version, like the day one patch, blows up my character. I can't use trade at all. It like glitches out.
Yeah, I remember.
So if anything, no, I'm not playing that version. Get blown up. So anyway.
All right, well, guys, I'm sorry to cut.
I gotta
party.
go too.
I'm sorry to cut this party short, but my ass is fucking working in the Freedom Tower, and it takes like 2 hours to get in the fucking building, and between security clearances and all the other bullshit, it's just a fucking real pain in the ass, and I gotta be like actually awake.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to let you go, starting with Pig, and then we'll work our way across. And you're always welcome on here. You don't have to be fucking emo with me.
You know how I am. I tell it like it is. I tell it like I want to, and we'll keep each other in check.
Exactly.
That's cool. I'm always down for that. Wait, is that squirrel still my avatar?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Guinea pigs beat squirrels.
All right. Anyway, I'm out.
Actually, I just saw a squirrel eat a fucking rattlesnake or some shit.
All right, James. Thanks for doing this.
No problem, sir.
I hope it was beneficial in the long run. People know where to find me. Although, please, nobody PM me about this on TYM because I'm banned until September 14th for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dick. So, just hit me up somewhere. I don't know, Twitter. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter at @BamBamGuitar. All right, later, guys.
All right, guys.
Later.
Deuces.
All right, Beefle, I'm gonna let you roll because I gotta get sleep. I gotta fucking get up early. Unfortunately, I'm sweating my ass off to go in the fucking house. Holy shit.
So I guess my only thing that I got to say is thanks for having me here. Hopefully, this does get resolved. But since Summer Jam is next week, pre-registration closes out when? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So if you guys can, please pre-reg. Make things easier on your life. As you already heard, Mike basically didn't see people because of it. This stuff happens.
Well, I can't pre-register for anything because I pre-registered for DOA, and because I pre-registered for DOA, I can't open it back up to pre-register for other games I want to play. So
right, no, I know.
Eric was like, "Yeah, do it at the door." I was like, "Man,
I know about that." But for all of those people out there that are just coming in, they know they're coming next week. Pre-registration is still open till tomorrow, so please pre-reg. Make it easier on everyone. With that being said, I guess I'm out of here. Right, Jane, you need to switch to TeamSpeak, and I'm out.
I don't have the patience for new shit.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye, Carl. Roller skating, Carl. Singing, Carl. Whatever the fuck you were doing.
Dude, I was skating, and then I was serenading the ladies. That's what I was doing, apparently.
Apparently, if that's how you serenade in Ohio, I'd be a fucking god.
Yeah, that's why my water is so fucked up.
Is that what it is? You drink water?
I can't clear my throat, so that's why I sound like that.
Come on, fucking Tuesday. Like I said, this was a short little thing. So
all right.
On Tuesday.
All right, bye.
All right, Fifth.
All right. Shout out to the OBS show. James, I didn't know you were doing this until I got off the plane. I said, "Oh damn, James is streaming."
I didn't know I was doing this until 9:40.
I did not think. I said, "Oh, he must be making up for last week or something." I don't know. But let's see what else could I shout out. Shout outs to the whole Texas community, the MK community. Let's hope NRS community we can all come together on this MKX and have some fun. Shout outs to Gaming Period. Shout outs to my parents for pretty much helping me go through school. That's like,
thank your parents for fucking each other.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here.
For busting that nut, I wouldn't be here, you know.
Dad, thank you for not tipping it into the toilet.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Check out my YouTube channel.
Put the link in the chat.
I'll do it.
All right, let me wrap this up. Hit you up on Tuesday, man.
All right, later, man.
Later. All right, guys. Everybody was asking to bring this up to attention, so it's been brought up to attention. Pig has taken steps, in my opinion, that show he's trying to be sincere. He realizes mistakes were made. He's apologized to Larry, apologized to Eric and Shock. At the end of the day, this scene is too fragile to have fractures like this going through it. I break fucking hungry Hogwarts balls, but he's an alright guy. These guys just got to understand everybody's got their own way of doing things, and if you don't agree with somebody, that doesn't necessarily make them wrong. But at the same time, give everybody the ability to think for themselves as well. yeah, I mean, hopefully this resolves itself out, you know, and OBS can chalk it up to another good deed, and I get one more feather to my fucking wings that are gonna eventually get me into heaven. But you know, guys, just remember, you know, competition's great, but it's supposed to be about friendships. So, you know, be real with each other. You don't have to like everybody. You know, you definitely don't have to like everybody. But, you know, you do have to learn to coexist with each other. So, you know, be good to the other gamers that you're chilling out with. Fucking drink, be merry, have fun, go to events. Doesn't matter what event you go to, just get out there, enjoy it, meet people, and have fun. And with that, guys, I'm wrapping this up. So, peace.